Hi everybody, and welcome back to D&Dorks. By now you know that I'm not Matt, so I can't fool you like I have every other episode by saying I'm Matt. I'm Jess, and this is my podcast now. But this is, I believe, episode 4 of One Day at a Time.
Yes.
Would anyone like to hit me with a recap? What happened last time?
I have decent notes.
All right.
So we finally got to visit that wizard's tower. We learned that it exists regardless of if the city exists. That was like a small detail we learned. And I also know what every potion does now. So that was cool. We faced a boss called Deacon Winters who had his own sort of gear, but it was all white. And it allowed him to time loop, allegedly. But we destroyed that and brutally killed him. And so I don't know if he's going to loop or not, but I guess we'll find out. Hopefully not. And then we reached the communication room, level 5 or whatever it was, floor 5. And we called the Citadel of the God of Light. It's the one that's between heaven and the mortal plane. And an angel showed up and was like, this is not right. You all should be dead. And then we all exploded, which kind of implies that people have it out for us.
A little bit. There's some implications there.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Now then, since we're all about to get started, and everyone I'm sure wants to know what's happening next, I need everyone who's not Nathan to take off their headphones.
Oh, gosh.
Hooray!
All right, so, Otto, you wake up, as you have before, in a very white and bright area. Your feet are on the floor. It is warm. It is comfortable in here. And you hear, faintly, a heartbeat. The-thump, the-thump, the-thump. And that voice that you heard before, that comforting older man voice, goes, "Oh, welcome back."
Hello.
Are you doing okay?
Yes.
There's something here for you. Thump, 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 thump. We, usually wouldn't, but, and then, almost as if it has just appeared, but it's been there the whole time, you notice a box.
Okay.
And
How
the
big
voice
is this
goes,
box?
It's almost like a, not the largest box in the world, maybe a foot by a foot. It's kind of ornate and fancy. It's got some gears on it. It kind of looks the same motif that the city has had. And this heartbeat sound is a little bit louder, just the thump, and it's coming from the box.
What is it?
It's a gift of sorts, not from me, and you don't have to take this if you don't want to. I know you don't know me, but you did once. And you trusted me. You didn't always listen to what I had to say.
And who are you?
A friend. A friend. And
I enjoy friends.
So you don't have to take this. You don't have to take this. But you should see it anyway.
I open the box.
In the box, there is a bloody mess of a heart, still beating directly in front of you. And when you see it, you are overcome with emotion, the strongest of which is white-hot fury and rage, covering emptiness and shame and pain and failure and fear. And you feel all of those things so strongly when you look at this heart. And it's just sitting there. Now that the box is open, it's so loud. It is just thumping. Thump, thump. Thump, thump. Thump, thump.
Otto quickly shuts the lid. And kind of sits there and processes and just goes, well, this isn't a very nice gift.
I think the person who gave it to you is confused or hurting. But if I were you, I would not accept that. But you should know that there is power in it.
Power?
If that's the kind of power that you want.
This felt bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I don't think feeling bad in exchange for excess power is an ideal trade.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. When I knew you, it's what you would have said too. But we don't know each other anymore, and I think... Yeah, I'm glad.
I would like to get to know you.
There will be time, but my time is over. Would you like me to send this back?
To whoever sent it to me.
Yeah.
Sure. And apologize to them. Tell them I'm sorry, but it's not a gift that I want.
I will. And I hope she's willing to hear that. And then... silence.
Oh, man.
Everyone is welcome to come back. Things
Nathan,
are...
you looked so at ease. You had your arms behind your head and everything.
Void time is honestly chill as fuck, dude. Like,
I had to make noise because I could hear you through the door.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, we're good.
We love Void Time so much here.
void time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a little
so
break.
much
It's like a
fun.
little break for tea and like checking social media and just you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of breaks, I think we should check in with Fia in the Void. The rest of you can keep your headphones on. I think there's really just one that we wanted to keep quiet. Fia, you wake up in the dark. It's pitch black, like you are at this point used to, and there's nothing immediately. But after a moment, you hear a familiar voice, the same voice you heard last time you were in here, and a quiet, "Hello?"
Hey, is that you again?
Yeah, you're still there?
Well, yeah, I just died and waiting to pop back out of it, but sure.
We thought... We all saw... You died. Like, you really died. And you're still there.
Wait, you saw that?
Yeah, we all saw that.
Wait, how are you seeing that?
It was... broadcast. Your...
Broadcast? Wait, hang on. Are we like... Are you... How many people... Does everyone see what we're doing?
I mean... Not exactly. Some people don't want to see, but it's... I mean, we... You sent the kids here, and people wanted to know why. People wanted to know what's happening. It's connected. You know, we can communicate with you. We always have. Our Citadel, your Citadel, the City of Light, the City of the Goddess. We've always talked. You're our sister city, and now one of the angels here killed you. And I thought maybe you were dead for real.
I mean, I guess apparently not, but yeah, what the hell's up with that, by the way?
I don't know. They don't tell us things. We're really just supposed to keep people out, so nobody else enters heaven without permission. But we didn't know. I mean, we do now. I guess we're part. I don't know. You sent the kids here, and I think this is our fault.
Yeah, because, like, Slimeball called you folks over in the thing, and he got blown the hell up.
Yeah, you all got killed by an angel.
Yeah.
You're still
Little
here.
pissed about that, to be quite honest.
Look, not everyone here is on board with what's happening, and we're doing what we can. Just hold on. Please don't give up.
Yeah, no, just you keep the kids the hell away from those things, huh?
We'll do what we can.
Yeah, the one who's missing, his name, do you know his address, whatever. I think I can get to him now.
You can. Okay. You can get. Hold on. I need to look at this name. It's been a second. You can get to Caleb. I don't know that I would send him here. I think we're the enemy. Just keep him safe.
Lady, there's an army coming in here. I don't know if we can do this forever. I need to get him out of here somewhere. Is there somewhere else we can evacuate people to?
Oh, I mean, the three main exits to your Citadel are the City of Light, the Mortal Plane, and Hell. And, given the situation, maybe... Well, I don't know what I'm saying. I have to go. I'm sorry. And then just silence.
Yeah, Fia, like, sort of sits there for a second, is like,
The hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, that's a pretty good reaction, I think. Hey, Dreg,
Yes.
you want some void time?
Yeah, sure. Before any voice can even speak to him, Dreg just goes like, oh, holy shit. Something about being exploded feels really fucking permanent. Oh, okay. Hands, feet, head, shoulders, knees, toes. Okay. We're okay. We're not okay. Heaven is in on it. What the fuck? And he's just gonna freak out until someone interrupts him.
Hello?
You an angel? I don't fuck with angels anymore.
The opposite, actually. I was trying to figure out how to broach that topic, but I think you have a better understanding of the sides on this.
Okay, yes but no. Assume I don't know anything, because I don't think what I think is even happening is good. So maybe either there's some unexpected good, or there's like more bad shit that I can't comprehend. All I know is I got exploded by an angel.
Yes. Mr. Douglas, you have a reputation for being hard to work with, to say the least, but I think are out of options. My name is Paldar, and I am an ambassador of sorts, like you, from hell. I am a demon, as it were, and I think we have a mutual enemy.
Wait, hold on. You dragged me into this?
No, actually, we didn't know the invasion was happening until, well, shortly after the first time we spoke. Shortly before the first time we spoke, rather. But
Oh yeah, we did talk. Okay, yeah.
And if the mortal plane is coming to invade you, then there's really only one logical place that they are going next, which is here, which is hell. We are, as I'm sure you know, recently, for the first time in my entire existence, not at war. And I would kind of like to keep it that way. I fear we are also outgunned if a war does happen. And you know the invaders. You're the closest thing we have to a line of communication.
I mean, on paper, you're definitely right. In practice, mortals, they're hard to work with. There's so much turnover in terms of like who you're dealing with, century after century, that, I think maybe this current crop is maybe not one that I am so, familiar with or endeared to. And like, why would they even why are they even invading hell anyway? I mean, it's hell.
It's actually not terrible here, now that we're not at war.
It seems
It's a little warm.
Okay, that seems counterintuitive, but I'll take your word for it. What are we supposed to do here? Because we got to floor 5 of this shit, and I don't even know how tall the goddamn tower is. And just trying to kill that guy was super hard.
Well, I was hoping maybe you would negotiate on our behalf. Find out if they have terms. Perhaps we can come to an agreement that would not require them to invade your citadel. Come to an agreement that would not require them to conquer my people and to, let us have some peace here. The dead are the main inhabitants of hell, and they have been tortured for a long time. And it does not have to be that way, Mr. Douglas. In fact, really
that's
prefer...
crazy, because that kind of goes against like everything I thought I knew that hell like was and was for. But like, okay, I'm following you. Problem?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck do I talk to? Because I don't know what their chain of command is. I mean, do you have any intel? You're some kind of ethereal voice. Are you based somewhere? Where am I right now?
I'm in the capital of hell. I'm in Pandemonium. I'm talking to you through a rock. I can't actually see you. I thought you were the ambassador to the mortal plane. Shouldn't you know these things? Isn't this your job?
Can I make a history check?
Yeah, go for it.
Do I know this? Good showing for the new die. That's 15 on the die, and with my history, that is 18.
All right. So yeah, you know that the mortal plane is almost entirely under the rule of the Empire of Light, or the Empire of Light. The Empress is the leader, the one who's in charge, and her military structure is structured like a church. So the person that you just fought in the last game was a deacon, and other religious leaders of high command, like a deacon or a bishop, a cardinal, pope maybe even, would probably be the people that you need to talk to.
Okay. And one of those people would probably be a cardinal. Huh.
Yeah, cardinal.
That's...
There are people above cardinals. I can go to them. You know? I can probably just circumnavigate that guy who already doesn't like me. Unlike everyone else who knows me, who loves me.
Okay, so I know all that. Do I know what kind of rock he's talking about? Is that one of the things I should
know? Things about hell?
No, but I thought he was talking about that like it's a thing ambassadors would do, maybe as like inter-realm communication.
That's not how your inter-realm communication works.
Okay.
He's talking to you via rock. That's really all you're gonna get out of that one.
Then Dreg just says,
Can you tell me more about the rock?
Well, okay, so I fear you're going to judge and maybe think that hell is worse than it is, but we have some magic
It's hell.
here that is powered by blood, and we have enough left over from the wars to just kind of feed the rock, and when the rock is no longer hungry, it does us favors.
It does you favors.
Yes, alive is a relative term, but for our purposes, I guess it works. It's alive.
Okay, the rocket probably isn't relevant to me. That is fucked up. Not more fucked up than I thought hell was. I need to talk to popes and deacons and shit. What do we do about heaven? That's like a big deal.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that the mortals know what heaven wants, and we can give it to them and then stop this whole thing.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I've been a diplomat for centuries. I've literally lost count. So this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping so too.
Yeah.
We can live past that reputation of yours.
How do you know about the time loop?
Well, we can see it.
What do you mean you can see it?
There's a gate in your city that goes here, and we can see in through the gate. We can see your city get invaded. We can see everything reset.
And you're sitting on your hands? Send some help!
We are trying our best. We can't get in. Turns out the gate to hell only opens from one side. If you could unlock it, we could give you backup.
Amazing. That is a project we can do that doesn't involve the fucking tower. I will do that for you. Easy.
Oh, okay. Then I will report back, and we will see what's left of our combined armies, and the rock is getting hungry again. I need to, I don't want to be in the room when I'm gonna, and you just hear the sound of somebody moving away so quickly.
I wonder if I can wake myself up.
You're welcome to try. Would you like to spend the rest of this time waking yourself up?
Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that's the end of this scene.
Fun. Razer,
Hello.
how'd you like some void time?
Hooray. I think much like Dreg, as soon as Razer realizes that she's once again in the void, she kind of is just like...
Well, before you get too settled in with that, there is a sound in your void. The sound of a beating heart. The thump, the thump, the thump.
I think it kind of takes her a second to notice. I think she's just kind of like sitting there in her void, just kind of like lost in her own thoughts and in her own head. And she's just like, she's got her face like in her hands, and like, and then she'll like let out a frustrated like scream into her hands, just like a.
And then you hear the same voice that spoke to you last time go, "Oh, is it a bad time? Should I come back?"
It's you again.
Yeah. The thump. I have a message for you. The thump. The thump.
What is that noise?
It's the heart. The thump.
Oh,
The thump.
God.
You cut it out when you were fighting the Deacon Winters.
Yeah, I just so angry.
Yeah.
Why is
I
it
don't know if
here?
you meant to. Well, that was something of a blood sacrifice you performed. The thump.
Oh shit. That doesn't sound good.
Well, she didn't want it. So, I was instructed to return it to you, and I was given a message for you.
Okay.
An apology for not wanting this. The thump. The thump. Usually, something like this would move on, but it seems like something is preventing that. So, it's just gonna sit here with you in the void until this loop is over.
Can you take it away?
The thump. The thump. The thump.
I don't wanna hear this. Can you take it away?
The thump. The thump.
Hello?
The thump.
Hello?
Thump. The thump. And that is what you hear until the moment you wake up the next morning. Yeah, your void's got a beating heart in it. For
Great.
you know.
That's not concerning at all.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm sure if you cut out a few more hearts, it'll be like you have a rhythm section.
The thump, the thump, the thump. Since you probably had the worst experience in the void, we're gonna wake up with you. So the day starts. You wake up like normal. There's an automata standing over you like normal. Package delivery.
Razer doesn't move. She just lies there. She's awake. But her eyes are closed, and she just lets out a huge sigh. Okay. And then holds out her hand.
And the automata drops that weird mass of gears and tubes into your hand and goes, "Delivery confirmed," and turns around and walks away. And a few moments later, Mixie, in her pajama robe, stumbles out of the door, goes, "Huh? What? Who's there? What's going? Oh, my house is in your house."
Razer is still lying there with her eyes closed, but when she hears Mixie, she'll let out another... and when still without moving, Falcon Alpha Romero 113.
What? Oh, Gregor. Oh.
Yeah, Gregor. I'm sorry.
No, it's not really okay, but it's, you look like you have had a bad day.
Couple of bad days now. I think this is what, the fifth time, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Do you need anything, or should I go find the automata? Did I get that right? There's a sentient automata?
Was that in the code too?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's a very impressive system. And at this point, she'll kind of like sit up, and then she's like hunched over. She'll like hug her knees and kind of like hunch over and just kind of like, okay. And at that, she'll sit up and gather all her stuff, and it's like, okay, let's go. We have a meeting place, and we can give you the gears, and we'll do this again.
Okay. Hey, stop. Slow down. Breathe for a second.
Okay.
You... Did you just die and then wake up? Or did something happen?
What do you mean?
I don't know how this works. Did you die and wake up? Or did something happen between dying and then now?
I mean, there's a darkness, and just you sit there, and I don't really know why you just sit there, but I die, and then I sit there in the dark, and then I wake up, and then do it over again.
Okay. Well,
sometimes someone talks to me.
Huh, interesting. I was gonna suggest you take a moment. I'll go on without you, because you look frazzled. And I think you need a second. Have you been going as hard as you can since this started?
Of course I've been going as hard as I can. Does your code tell you what's happening every time we die?
No, it's not that detailed, but the thing is, you need to rest. You're still human. And you still burn yourself out even if it's a time loop, because to you, it's day after day after day. So give yourself a minute, because if you burn out or break, then none of this works.
Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, no, you're right. Thank you. Sorry. It's a lot, you know? It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Hey, it's okay. Just relax. And we're meeting at a deli for some reason. So I'm
That's
gonna go
in your
there.
code?
It's a very good code.
Yeah, go to Haste. I'll eventually meet you there. I'm gonna go for a run. I think that's what I need to do.
Yeah, whatever you need. We'll see you there.
Yeah, okay.
And Mixie heads towards Haste. Fia,
Yeah.
you wake up. Your bedroom sure is still your shitty promoter's bedroom at the same time. And there sure is an automata there trying to give you a weird chunk of gear.
Yeah, Fia's gonna wake up like, oh, okay, yeah, right. Yeah, package, I know. Like, I already know. You give me the package, you can just, you just go. It's all right. All right, okay, all right.
Delivery confirmed. The automata just walks away. You doing anything in here before you leave? You doing anything?
He's sitting, like, he sits up and, like, sits on the edge of the bed, and there's, like, a long... okay. All right. Okay. The hell do they mean they can see us? They can see us! God damn it. And, like, he'll get up
Are you
and,
saying
like...
that out loud?
Yeah, he is.
Then I think if you're talking out loud over in this nice plush bed, good old Silver is gonna go, can see... Are we on camera right now? Is this some stupid prank? What are you doing in my bedroom?
No, Johnny, you're in my bedroom. We're in each other's bedroom. It's whatever. The city's fucked up. And there's an invasion coming. And we're all gonna die. And it's on TV, too. And then Fia just, like, leaves.
What? Are you on drugs, man? Alright, and so you're just gonna head towards Haste?
Yep.
Alright. Otto. you're used to this one. There's a good old detective standing in front of you. And he's going, so yeah, just hold on to that, take it into your possession, and figure out who it's supposed to be. Are you listening to me?
Yes. Question, Detective Rick Dixon.
Yes. Answer, probably. Maybe.
What does it mean to be a hero?
Well, you know, I've been called a hero a few times in my days. Let me tell you. So, a hero, at the end of it, at the core of it, is somebody who does things that make them look awesome. And I look awesome. Stopping crimes. There was a lady who parked her horse in a no horse parking zone, and I gave that horse a ticket like a hero. And she was all, oh, I was pregnant and giving birth, and so I left my horse at the front of the hospital. But nobody's above the law. And to me, that's what a hero is. I wasn't even on duty. I was just walking past. I saw it, and I took it upon myself to do the right thing.
Detective, I feel strange, which is strange because I shouldn't feel anything. I need to see my service provider. You'll find that is Razer Queen. You'll also find that Razer Queen has come to become the owner of this property. Therefore, I will be waiting inside. And I walk into the wizard tower.
Yeah, that all checks out. That's what fucked up Automata. Right, you do anything in the wizard tower? Isn't that what I expected?
I obviously still want to go to Haste, but I just wanted to peruse around again for any sort of particularly powerful magical items that could be hidden away in some storage in here.
Why don't you give me an investigation check, a perception check, an arcana check, whichever you prefer, really.
Oh gosh, we're gonna go arcana. Huh. Fuck. It's a 9.
You know, there's a really cool pen on Gregor's desk.
Pick it up. What kind of pen? What does it look like?
It's like a feather pen? Like a feather quill pen? With a beautiful
Do we have a
phoenix
stat
feather.
block for the pens?
Yeah, still burning. The stat block for the pen will come up later, Skyen, don't worry. And you know, you sure can't tell it's magical.
Cool. I would like to somehow... I don't know if I have ears, but I would like to fasten it to the side of my head as if I do.
You got ears. I'm gonna marble, it's fine.
Feather in my cap. There you go.
Alright.
And then I guess I'll go to Haste.
Excellent. Dreg Douglas, you are in Haste. And there's an automata in there who is handing you massive gears on a string. Package delivery for Dreg Douglas.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Done this song and dance before. Okay. Gates of Hell. Gotta get there, gotta unlock them, which is perfectly good because I know where that is. Or I did when the city was in scrambled. Oh, why is my life so hard?
Would you like me to look up the location of the Gates of Hell?
Can you find... Yes, please. I don't think I've ever said that word in my life, but please do that.
The Gates of Hell are currently located... She just stops. You've seen automatas do this before when they're searching for information.
Yes.
And she just keeps going. It would seem the city is out of order.
I put my hands on his chest piece. I knew that. Why did you look it up? If you knew that, why didn't you know that? I'm in a deli! Do you think I live in a deli?
is this not your residence?
Oh my god. Okay, just break that wall, and we'll look for it the old-fashioned way, I guess.
All right, which wall are you pointing at for my own benefit? Is it the regular way out, or are you going through the armor again?
No, it's the third wall that hasn't been broken yet. Whichever one doesn't lead into the kitchen, but also not the armory or the street.
Damn it.
And maybe the gate of hell will be behind there. Who knows?
Shut the fuck up. How about that? So, the automaton breaks down a wall, and inside you see a fairly, magical looking room with kind of an archway to it, and a lot of runes. You, as an ambassador, would recognize this as a portal gate. You oftentimes go through one of these that exists in the tower to the mortal plane. I need you to shut the fuck up right now.
Shut up. No way.
It was gonna be under your nose the whole time, and it was gonna be funny. I didn't think that Dreg Douglas was gonna just start breaking down random walls.
What else was I gonna do? Rule of threes. There's a third wall to break.
Are you sure he
rule of
didn't
threes, it
actually
was gonna
break
be
the
funny.
fourth wall?
Yeah, I should have known better.
Dreg is on his hands and knees. A break.
I'm so upset right now. I could have just lied, but then I wouldn't know where the fuck the thing is, and that could have come back to bite me later. So, sorry. Go ahead.
He crawls on his hands and knees up to the portal, just pawing at it, please, tell me it's simple to unlock, please.
It is simple to unlock. You've seen these unlocked before. All you need to do is find the two people who hold keys to the portal and have them both use their keys at the same time.
Okay, that's just finding people who have keys. Okay, great. I didn't want to fetch another thing, but that's fine, I can do that.
Fetch quests.
And then just gonna be curled up on the ground until the first person getting to Haste gets there. Dreg is just in this moment.
All right, so the first person that's going to get there is the owner of Haste, who sees you curled up on the ground, presumably in between his restaurant and the portal to hell, and he goes, "Well, I thought I was having a bad morning. You okay, guy?"
Do you have a key?
To my deli?
No,
The
the
door's open
portal
if
to
you need to
hell.
get out of it.
No, the portal to hell. Do you have a key to the portal to hell?
Why would
Portal to
I
hell was in
have
the
a
deli,
key
so I
to
made the keys to the deli.
No. The ambassador. There's an ambassador who goes to hell. Do you not know how this city works? Who are you?
There's an ambassador who goes to hell. Of course there's an ambassador who goes to hell. We're not only talking to the mortal realm, and I knew that the whole time. Can I make a history check?
Yeah, go for it.
To see who is the ambassador of hell?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really fucking bad at my job. That was a nat 1.
Completely forgot
You know?
his name. Met him at a party 90 times, never bothered to remember.
There's this spider-themed wrestler in the pit who refers to himself as the ambassador to hell sometimes. Maybe it's him.
I gotta find Fia. I gotta find him. Surely he, and not I, will know who the ambassador to hell is.
Also, Fia, in case you're wondering, there is a wrestler that you would know named the Spider who refers to himself as the ambassador to hell, but that's just a bit. You know full well he's not the ambassador to hell. Not that needs clarification, but...
Fia's probably gonna come here, so I don't need to find him, which is good because I don't even know where he lives. So, I'm just gonna chill outside the gate to hell.
And as you're doing that, Mixie walks in and goes, "Oh, Fia. You're Fia, right?"
No, Dreg Douglas.
Oh, you're Dreg. Hi. Okay, so nice to see you, Dreg.
Yeah.
You found the gate to hell, which means you did something. So I thought you were Fia. Sorry, that's my bad.
It's like 8:30 a.m. and I've gone through all the emotions. I'm gonna let that one slide, cause once we get this baby open, we have reinforcements, and we can probably kick back.
Yeah, that's huge, actually. Do you know where the ambassador is?
That depends. Is the ambassador a pro wrestler known as the Spider?
I mean, I don't. Last time I checked.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay. Out of curiosity, do you know who the ambassador to hell is?
I do. His name is Eric.
Eric.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a memorable name.
Well, I mean, he's not the most memorable guy. He's a politician. You know how politicians are. Well, I didn't mean you. I mean, I'm gonna go find Otto. Let's see where Otto.
We don't need to find Otto unless Otto has a key. Where we need to find Eric. Eric. The ambassador to hell. Eric.
Yeah, I guess we do. He lives on a different sector. I think we could probably get to him if the train is working. How many gears have you guys got?
Out of universe, I know. In universe, Dreg has no idea.
Fair.
We got like a bunch. And we got a big one. I remember we got a big one.
Yeah, you should lead with that. That's huge. That's really good, actually.
It was really big, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Those things are awesome. I've actually never seen a celestial gear before, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I most definitely do not have it on my person, but one of us has it.
If I understood the code correctly, Otto probably has it. So, also, Otto, would you like to be showing up now, or is
Yeah, can I arrive?
Sure.
Oh, I thought today was gonna be so much harder than it's been. Oh.
Hello.
Hi, Otto. How are you?
I'm good. Detective Dixie doesn't know what a hero is. I have gears.
Ooh. You're my hero right now. She's excited to see these gears. How many gears are you giving her?
If my math is correct, we have 47 gears plus a super gear or a celestial gear.
Yeah.
In addition to the 10 that we've already given her.
Which have been used to make the armor, the blacksmith's work.
Yes.
Just go, wow. Oh, wow. This is the best day of my life. Well, it is for now. Also, I just found out that a good friend of mine is dead, so maybe it's not the best day of my life. But I think we need to fix the train, right? That's what you wanted to fix, Dreg?
Yes, we need the train, because when we get the train, we'll get to Eric, who's the ambassador to hell, who has a key, who can open this baby, the gate to hell. By the way, hell knows we're in a time loop. If we open this, we get reinforcements.
Anyone who can see us probably knows we're in a time loop, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'll get started on fixing Sector 1 with this, if you like. The train to Sector 1, so we can go over and find Eric.
Perfect.
Excellent. Is there anything else you'd like me to fix with these small gears?
Can I get a refresher on what's available?
I think right now the only thing that you know of off
The
top of your head
astrologist?
is the astrologist.
The wizard's library? Was that one?
Well, the Wizard's Library, I believe, was... Yeah.
There's something about the wizard's library, like we couldn't properly go through it because it was shifted or busted or something.
It was the ladder to like be able to get to all the books that are all up high and stuff, and like the stairs. the Wizard's Library, and I think those are the two things that you know about for now. I think Mixie is excited and she's rambling and she's like, "Oh, we could fix all sorts of things. There's the weather control center. That'd be really cool. There's a really nice shop that I like. And you could buy so many things. I would love to go shopping, actually. Ooh.
I quite like the astrologist.
Oh, my favorite. Yes, okay. I'll fix that. And before anyone can tell her otherwise, Mixie scurries off to fix the train to Sector 1 and the astrologist. Astrologer. Thank you.
Astrologer. My bad. I planted the bad seed.
Otto, you want to read cards? We're
They
dealing.
can predict the future. That seems quite useful.
You know what? Maybe. No, it is stupid. Okay, my good mood's gone. And I'm saying the decision is stupid, not you. I would never call you stupid, because I've seen what you can do. I just think maybe a bit of a misplaced priority. It's not the most tangible benefit we could have gotten.
And on that note, hey, Razer, is your jog done? Are you at Haste or are you going somewhere else?
I think Razer does the entirety of her normal workout routine, which a 10-kilometer run, I calculated, running at Razer speed would take about 40 minutes, a little less. And then she does 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups and 100 squats, which takes her another 20 to 30 minutes. And so I think she'll run half, do her full workout, and then arrive at Haste at the end of her run.
Okay. So I think that means you're probably the next person to show up.
Does
but
that count as a training session or no?
If you want to use that for your thing around the day, then sure.
No. But that's what she does anyway.
less training and more meditation then.
Yeah, more meditation. Okay, so she'll pull up
question for Fia, because that's actually about 40 minutes. Fia, I know you had a detour you wanted to do. Is that going to have been done by now, or?
No,
he's
he's going to be a bit late.
Okay.
Mechanically, basically, this is what he's spending his time of the day doing.
Understood. All right, Razer, you get to Haste. There is no Mixie there. I know she said she would see you there, but she very excitedly left because she loves her astrologer.
Okay.
But you do see a Dreg Douglas and an Otto with a quill.
Okay. Think she'll get inside and she's standing up straight and then has her hands on her hips and just morning. I'm gonna get a sandwich.
What a great idea.
You guys are actually gonna buy something? You've been standing around my store all morning.
Yeah, let me get a sandwich.
All right. Razer, go ahead and roll for sandwich.
That is a
will
7
also be
today.
Rolling for sandwich. That's a 2.
You had a 7. Let me actually pull up my chart. I'm so sorry.
Will finding Eric take up an action, mechanical action for today?
No. It also takes a day for Mixie to fix things, so.
Oh, okay, we can't even do that today. Okay, then I will also do a sandwich, because I didn't do one last time.
So let me find my sandwich chart.
I got an 11.
All right, we have 2, a 7, and an 11. Since I heard the 7 first, Razer, you get a sandwich that is made of some potato bread with spaghetti noodles, meatballs, and so much goddamn sauce, and then another slice of potato bread. Okay. And the guy kind of opens it and reveals it and goes, "Oh, it's like a meatball sub, but messier. Here you go."
Well, it's not really a sandwich, but at least it doesn't have any weird things in it. Yeah, sure.
So you get to enjoy this plate of spaghetti and meatballs, and you get 1 free cast of a spell. You feel this spell. You feel like you could hurtle something at somebody, but you don't really know what it is.
Okay, 1 free cast of a hurtling spell.
So I'll leave that one to you.
Okay.
What did you roll, Nathan?
Twa.
You rolled a 2. Okay. You ever have Jello salad?
Can't say that I have.
Oh no.
It's one of those things that I feel like is the stereotype for white people food, and like not in a good way.
Oh dear.
You get a slice of Wonder Bread, a thick slice of Jello salad, about an inch thick, and then another slice of Wonder Bread.
This is the best bodega in the city. I squish it down to a cubic centimeter and slot it in my mouth.
Bodega guy's like, yeah, you think this is the... All right, I'm glad you like it. Strange robot lady who can apparently eat food. You have the power of gelatin coursing through you in this moment, and you may, one time, take a reaction to encase yourself in gelatin until the beginning of your next turn and avoid damage.
And avoid damage. Okay, so it's not just the Jello button. Cool. cool.
Randomly has the power to turn into Jello.
This is the first step of backdooring Goo Girl into the series.
I was about to say, like, call that sandwich the Goo Girl.
That's
is
so
the Goo
funny.
Girl.
Reaction.
Damn, I wish I was
Jello.
that clever. Reaction Jello.
Got
Mike,
it.
what did you roll? There's kind of a theme with this particular sandwich table.
11.
11. Okay. You have a slice of ciabatta bread. So many peppers. Then some Carolina Reaper cheese. Then some hot sausage. And then it's just drowned in hot sauce. And then another slice of ciabatta bread.
Huh.
Yeah, I think you're gonna want some milk with this one. So I'm just gonna give you a. Go ahead and take this. I also find that oranges are really nice. They're not really. I don't really have any oranges here, but like if you see any on the street, but yeah, you're welcome to.
Are you sure you didn't get this next door? And he jerks a thumb toward the portal to hell.
It's ooh, that's a good name for this sandwich. I'm calling this the portal to hell.
Okay, well, that's what I wanted to open today. Yeah, I eat the sandwich.
All right. You get a free cast of Fireball today.
Hey, all right.
Quick question about my Jello.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it similar to my new Dex boots where it's like a reaction and it negates a single instance of damage, or is it like as a reaction I am immobile for the rest of my turn and can't take damage in that turn or whatever it is?
The second you use it, you are in a block of Jello. You are unable to move. You are unable to be hurt, and then the Jello will disappear at the beginning of your next turn.
Cool.
You can also use this if you're not in turn order. This would have been one of the ways to potentially survive the bomb if you hadn't already solved that
That's exactly what I
puzzle.
was thinking. I was like, do you really want to give me something that takes no damage? Just making sure.
Yeah, no, I made this one, and I was like, I'm going to get a gross sandwich because it's a low roll. And then I was like, well, actually, this is maybe one of the best sandwiches we have.
The best fucking bodega in the city.
Whoa, she can swear. I didn't know that.
What's with the accent?
Yeah.
So strange.
Cool.
So, Fia, you sent me a message saying that you wanted to take a detour. You didn't tell me what your detour was. And
I was gonna wait, like, because basically he's gonna be marching sort of towards Haste, walking down the street, like sort of like, they're fucking watching us. Okay, they're watching us. So they can just see us the whole time, and it's angels, and for fuck's sake. And then eventually he gets to like a street corner and stops. And just kind of like stands there for a second. It's like, actually, you know what? Fuck this. And he'll take a leap up on the nearest building, and he's going to start looking for the graveyard, wherever the hell that has gone.
The graveyard?
Yep.
Is there any particular reason you're looking for the graveyard?
He wants to visit a particular grave.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. I'm going to roll something here, too, because I don't have anything written down for where a graveyard might be. Okay.
Well, that's a 5, so not going to spot it right away.
Yeah, from the particular building that you jumped upon, it's unfortunate, because it's not the tallest building in the area, so you don't really see anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to keep searching. That's the new objective in his HUD. Just find graveyard. That's the thing that he's doing. And he'll show up, like, when it's time to go climb the tower or whatever we're doing, but until he finds it, that's the thing he's doing.
So you're not going to go to Haste today?
Nope.
Okay. I will check back in with you periodically to see if you can spot this graveyard. The DC on this is not very hard, so I think you will probably find it. I'm going to go back to the rest of the crew. You guys are eating your breakfast, lunch, brunch, whatever the hell you'd call this meal. I don't know if you're chatting while you're sitting around or if you're just kind of awkwardly sitting there.
I don't know
Dreg
if Otto really has small talk down, so I'm pretty much a speak when spoken to kind of person.
And
No, that's fair.
to make this even more awkward, I think Razer is just dead silent, like eating her sandwich. So at least two of us are just sitting at the table, like, and Otto's already cubed her sandwich and eaten it.
Yeah,
so
I was done immediately.
Razor's just sitting silently at the table eating her sandwich.
Dreg is very slowly working through the spiciest sandwich he's ever seen. His eyes watered just at the sight of it. He can't talk, but he will try anyway. And he said, "So you gotta talk to Paul too?" I need a lot of milk.
I think at this point, Razer, who had like just kind of not been paying attention to anything, like looks over at Dreg, and then just like.
Oh, my sinuses are a waterfall. What do you...
What the fuck did you say?
I said, did you guys talk to Paul too? Because after I got exploded, I talked to Paul in like this, in a void place. And he's the one who told me about the portal to hell. By the way, hell can see us, and they know we're in a time loop. Apparently time's passing normally for them. I don't know how the fuck that works. But if we could open that, we got hell reinforcements. Did you guys also...
I'm sorry,
talk to Paul?
reinforcements from, excuse me, you said hell?
Apparently it's not as bad as it's supposed to be. I know.
No,
it's
no, no,
hell.
no, 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 no. We are already dealing with one invasion. We are not going to open up to hell and just invite in another invasion.
Oh, no. Paul, who, by the
Who the
way,
fuck is
Hell's
Paul?
ambassador. He's the ambassador. He's Hell's ambassador to here. I'm pretty sure. He's an ambassador from Hell. I don't know if he comes here. I assume so, because he knows, like, what the fuck is going on here. And he thinks that the mortals are trying to get into Hell. That's why they've invaded here. And also, it's a really... Okay, there's a lot of steps to it, but hopefully the mortals know why Heaven wants to get into Hell, so then we can negotiate with the mortals to stop Heaven from getting into Hell. And we're both kind of middlemen in this scenario.
As much as
Razer,
I
can
want...
you do a quick history check for me?
Could I also do a history check?
Sure.
I need to find out what my history is. It's a +0, so 11.
Okay.
Would being an automata help me at all, by the way?
Actually, yeah, give yourself advantage. You got a little database of things going.
Let's go.
I'd ask to do one, but I feel like I'm the one getting something wrong.
10.
You know, who knows?
God, what
Actually,
is with these rolls?
I'm gonna say this is an easy one for Razer, because Razer, you're part of the guard. Dealing with hell is kind of your whole thing. And you got an 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would know that the ambassador from hell does exist, and his name is Paul Dar, and his last name is L, and he doesn't usually go by Paul.
Okay, so you spoke to someone named Paul? Do you mean Paul Dar?
Yeah. I mean, I assumed we're on a first name basis, you know.
No.
Yeah.
His name is the ambassador to hell. His name is Paul Dar, and his last name is L.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's one of those like, okay, I got 3 names because I'm too good for 2. Okay.
No, that's just.
I guess that makes his name a little cooler.
Oh.
More memorable than Eric.
Isn't this something you should know as an ambassador? Like, don't y'all have like dinners or something, or like state events?
I prefer to eat alone, you know.
Okay, cool. So just another way in which you don't know how to do your job. Fantastic. Great, cool.
I think that's a really good beat for somebody to walk in, something that you've not seen before. A woman, or a woman's voice goes, is the ambassador to the mortal plane here?
Yes,
Who, this guy?
That depends.
I am here.
Oh, yes. Hello, Mr. Douglas.
Do I know who this is?
Yeah, you've seen her before.
It is so nice to see you again, but under such poor circumstances.
Tell me about it. So, presumably you probably can guess why I'm here. And if you turn around to look at this woman, she is wearing the colors of the invading army. Those regal reds and golds. She's got some armor on. And, the little, religious stuff going for it.
I mean,
Who the fuck are you?
Can I make a history check to see where exactly I know this person from?
Yeah, you can make your history check, and then I'll let you do your history check, and then I'll have her answer.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
This is Bishop Nell Summers of the Mortal Plane. You've seen her at various official functions that you've visited doing your ambassador duties. She looks at Razer and she goes, well, I was not expecting such language, but I suppose we are close to hell. Hi, my name is Nell. I'm a bishop with the Empire of Light, and I'm here to talk.
Is there any particular reason we should talk as opposed to just me cutting your head off right now?
Well, I'm not actually here. I figured Mr. Douglas is familiar with me and what I can do, and would know that no amount of disarming myself would make me not a threat to you. So, as a show of good faith, I've just kind of projected myself here. I don't want to cause alarm.
Yeah, Razer, this is all above board, okay? Paul's recommendation was that we negotiate with the mortal realm to stop this whole business, because you guys are probably just the middleman doing heaven's commands.
And you're just gonna take the word of the word of the hell guy, and you're gonna talk. I can't do this.
I'm sorry. What was this
Razor's
about?
Gonna leave actually, and just run out the door.
So you run out the door and you see somebody else that you've seen before, just kind of standing there, looking awkward. Like, when your boss takes you somewhere and then tells you to wait outside and you're waiting outside. A while ago, the first day of this cycle, you were killed by a man who cast fireball on you shortly after casting power word kill on Fia, and shortly after you witnessed the death of your sister. And that man is just kind of standing there awkwardly, just sort of twiddling his thumbs, just kind of shuffling his feet a little bit, looking down.
It's probably for the best that I didn't go, that I didn't show up at Haste. 'Cause...
I think Razer for a second will kind of just we'll see this man, and it just kind of like buffers in her brain, and she'll like freeze, and she'll just like stand there.
He looks up at you, and makes eye contact, and looks away kind of awkwardly.
And I think as soon as he does that, she is going to attack him.
Okay. How are you attacking him?
I think she's moving on instinct. She doesn't really think to do much other than to just use launch and go for a melee strike.
All right. So he looks up, he sees you, he kind of looks away for a second, and he starts to say, and then you just launch yourself in for a melee strike and stumble through this ethereal projected image of a man who's not actually here. And he goes, no, that's fair. I did kill you last time you saw me. I'm sorry about that.
You're sorry about that.
Well, it is a war, and it's just
War. That's a funny word, isn't it? War involves two people who are fighting each other, fighting for something. But that's not really what happened here, was it? You went.
That's true.
You
just kind of
went
attacked my
into
men.
a school and tried to massacre children. You killed a teacher.
Hey.
This is not a war.
I think you got this a little bit backwards. We weren't there to kill the children. And that teacher was killing my guys.
So you're
for
saying
the record-
you were gonna murder in you murdered in self-defense?
We didn't kill the teacher. She stood. There was the arcane focus for the teleportation pad. We were just trying to make sure the kids got out. And she started killing people, and then she got hit by. That was her fault. That wasn't. And I'll admit, I was a little mad because like a lot of my guys died, and I didn't know this was gonna loop. So I did maybe react kind of strongly
Go
towards
fuck
you.
yourself.
And
If you were here right now, I'd cut your head off without a moment's hesitation. Go fuck yourself.
okay. Yeah, that's fair. It looked bad.
I think Razor's just gonna walk away.
Oh, okay. Oh, that didn't go well. Back inside the bar,
So, diplomacy.
Bishop
Let's-
Summers is gonna go. She doesn't seem to like me very much.
I don't think she's a people person. I wouldn't take it personally. I mean, she doesn't like me. I mean, come on. I think
It's fair. But anyway, we're here now. So, you killed Deacon Winters.
It was a group effort. But yes.
He didn't come back.
No. And to be fair, he totally tried to get me first, okay? In the streets with a puppet, which is probably against some kind of war convention anyway.
Between you and me, he was a creep. I don't like him, and I'm not upset that he's dead. But you killed someone, and they stayed dead in a time loop. And so, I think it is time to open negotiations.
I agree. We are in agreement on that. So, our negotiations going to be through you? Is there someone further up the chain that
Negotiations
go
can go
to?
through me.
Okay, great.
I think that should be just fine.
Okay,
Here's the deal. I assume that you are getting through this time loop more or less the same way that we are. You have pendants, you have gears. If you give me your pendants, all 5 of them, then I can guarantee you that each of you and your loved ones will survive this. You will have a place in the new order that is to come. But this is an all or nothing deal. Because as long as one of those exists, then we are in trouble.
That's really tough. Like, I totally get your perspective and where you're coming from. That's really tough for a couple of reasons. One, it's the only thing keeping us alive, and I think I speak for my whole party when I say I would prefer... Did you say 5 gears?
Yes. Well, they're not just gears, they're sort of a mass of electrical parts. It's a heart. It's a puzzle. If you put the 5 pieces together, it should be the shape of a heart. You've done irreparable damage to ours, and so we are giving you a chance as sort of a reward for culling the weakest of our crop to give us yours. And once we have all 5 parts, we can end this time loop. We will spare you and yours. We will wipe out the meager resistance in this city, and we shall continue with our holy war.
Excuse me, Ambassador Douglas. I think this deal sucks.
I wouldn't put it in those terms, but I do think it's a little lacking.
I think this deal sucks. I think they're coming to us for a deal because they're scared. I think we killed someone permanently, which they didn't think we could do. And now that we have, they're scared. I think this deal sucks.
Fear is a perfectly reasonable reaction to what we did. And, we apologize for what we did. It's war, so what are you gonna do?
No, we don't.
It's just...
We're
it's
heroes.
A little... Okay, thank you, Otto. It's just your side of the deal is a little lacking in terms of what we get. You said just us and our loved ones. For me, that's not a lot of people. And also, we were thinking more of like the whole Citadel gets to survive, or you stop trying to get into hell for whatever reason, and a bit of a we don't do the war anymore. Was kind of more what we were thinking.
The God of Light has ordained that we enter hell. So, that is off the table. But, I could offer you 5, untold riches, a life of comfort, a life of ease. Are the other 4 out there? I assume one of them was the lady who ran off. Are the other? So there should be 3 more.
Yes, 3 more. They're not all here. We kind of do our own thing in the morning. Here's the thing. Riches, comfortable life, living, all things I had before all this started. So, again, a little lacking.
Riches like this.
I mean, once you get to a certain level of riches, it's like, okay, I get it, riches. You can't really... You can go up, but, it's kind of diminishing returns at that point. There's no way I can talk you down to we'll take a 1-week break from the war or anything like that.
A week doesn't really exist here, Mr. Douglas.
You know what? That's a super fair point. I guess in that point, it would just be stop the war completely. Could I talk you down to that?
If the entire army of this city were to lay down their arms and serve the God of Light in ways that the Empress sees fit, then we could talk.
Excuse me, Bishop Nell Summers.
Oh, no, Otto, no, please.
Yes.
I only serve one god, the goddess Automata.
Oh, God.
Empress Lamia has no control over me or my actions. I was crafted in the goddess Automata's image, and I will protect this city with everything I have, including Haste, the best bodega in the city.
She looks at you for a second, and she smiles, and she goes, "Oh. Well, now that is interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
Would you mind standing up for me?
Don't,
Automata?
Otto, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That's not an order from someone from within
Otto.
the Citadel.
Stand up. Let me get a good look at you. You're fascinating.
I am fascinating. Please, feast your eyes. And I will
Oh.
stand.
She walks a circle around you. She looks you up and down. And she goes, "Tell me, did you run into my boss? Did you run into Cardinal Autumn on the first day of this invasion?" She's laughing a bit to herself.
I did indeed.
You knocked him on his ass. And he does not know what happened.
I'm full of many surprises.
You have one day. Give me the 5 pieces. And you 5 shall live. Your loved one shall live. And any who surrender shall live to serve the goddess. Or, shall live to serve God. And she walks outside. Or she turns to walk away. And she stops and she goes, "There will be no invasion today. Time will reset itself anyway. Use this time to think." And then she turns to her man outside and goes, "Come, Adam. I think our job here is done. We learned so much today."
Oh, no.
Ambassador Douglas, you need to learn to stand your ground.
I do. I cast message. To the
Who are
bishop.
you messaging? To the bishop.
The bishop.
Read me the exact text of the message.
Yeah, this probably doesn't work on a construct, does it? You point toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast this spell through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. Magical silence, 1 foot of stone, metal, or wood, or a thin sheet of lead blocks the spell.
I'm going to say you can cast that on the image of the bishop. What are you saying?
Amazing. Listen, I am in league with a lot of better hearts and nobler minds than I, but I would love to keep this dialogue open, perhaps in private company next time.
She responds in your brain. That can be arranged. And continues walking. Thea, you are presumably looking for a graveyard.
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
A perception check. That's a 13.
13. You see a graveyard, but more importantly, you see 2 people walking down the street. One of whom appears to be a man that previously cast Power Word Kill on you.
God damn it.
Well, okay. How do they feel about getting landed on from the sky by a guy with a lance?
You're welcome to do it. Try.
Yeah, so so they'll probably hear this because once again, when evil spreads his vicious blight, the wings of justice spring to flight. Lighting effects, explosion, and down he comes, lance, presumably passing right through this hologram thing.
Yep. Both of them stop. Adam, as his name is, kind of looks and goes, "Oh, I ended you last time we fought."
Not only a villain, but a coward too. Face me!
We can't get out of the tower. until it opens. But if you would
Then
like
I shall
to
come
fight,
to you.
And then at this point, the bishop turns and goes, now, boys, we're not invading today. We gave you guys the day off to discuss some things. Talk to your ambassador.
There's no quarter given to evil, witch.
I serve God. You protect hell. Which of us is evil?
And there's a long moment. You sent soldiers into a school.
So we did. And at this point, Adam's gonna go, I mean, we were just the teleporter with, you know, that sends the kids to us. We're right.
Fia doesn't answer him. Like, he's not there. He's not real. He doesn't care.
Are you listening? Is
He'll take another swipe. Like, again, just kind of ignoring. He'll take another swipe with his lens just through both holograms, and then he'll leap away.
The bishop goes, negotiating with zealots. And they continue to walk back to the
I'm gonna
tower.
kill both of these fuckers. Razer, it's a race. Like, you better practice your leaping, because I'm gonna get there first.
And they just walk back to the tower if no one's gonna stop them.
Don't think we can.
All right. Fia, for my benefit, are you heading back towards Haste to regroup, or are you still going towards the graveyard?
He's still going towards the graveyard. Like, he'll leap away, like, sit on a rooftop for a second and watch them walk back towards the tower. Like, he'll speak the command word, transform back out of the armored form. And there's, like, a long moment of, like, just, like, heavy breathing and anger before he kind of goes, okay, fine. And he'll return to his search for the graveyard. Now that he knows that there's no invasion today, he's feeling less stressed about it, at least on that point.
Yeah. And, you're welcome to continue to the graveyard. But first, I want to know, Razer, you ran off, right?
Yes.
Yeah, where'd you go? What's going on with you?
I think Razer is going to... I think she's going to try to find where she would go to work. The base.
Okay.
Is it in the same place?
So the base, remember, is in, I think I said
Sector 5.
Sector 5.
The whole thing is gone, right?
Yeah, the whole thing is gone.
Okay. I think what she'll start doing is she'll walk to the base, and then when she's like almost where she thinks it would be, remember that it's not there, and then just kind of like, and then there was a cheese or like a shop that Mixie mentioned on the first day. It was just like really good
Her
cheese.
gourmet shop with cheese, yeah.
It's called the gourmet shop.
It is. I did say the gourmet shop because I couldn't think of a place that would have cheese. Shout out to the gourmet shop.
For context, the gourmet shop is a place that sells like cheese and charcuterie and stuff like that Jess and I go to.
I did that in the episode, and I was like, oops, I used the name of a place that I genuinely love.
I missed that, but that's actually really funny. So
That was real.
Razor's gonna go find the gourmet shop then.
Okay.
And if she can't find it, she'll go to like the nearest automaton and like try to like locate it.
Yeah, you find the gourmet shop. It's not difficult to find. While you're there, you see Mixie, who is at this point changed into her work uniform, clearly taking a break, and she has like the biggest wheel of cheese you've ever seen. Mixie's not large, but this wheel of cheese is, and she's in the process of wheeling it out of the store. The shop are kind of baffled that she's just spent what appears to be maybe her life savings piled up on the counter for a roll of cheese. And she goes, "Oh, Razer! Hi."
Oh, hey. You probably don't remember this, but you told me about this place on the first day.
Yeah, the first day.
You knew that?
Yes.
From the code?
Yes.
That's so This is a very impressive code that you have. That's so specific.
Well, I mean, think about it like this. If you knew you were going to die and that the day didn't count and was going to reset, and you wanted to go do something, maybe you would go buy the most expensive wheel of cheese in the current plane of existence and just go to town.
Yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. Since you're here, do you have anything that I should try here? I've never been here before. I didn't even know this place existed until you told me about it.
There's some charcuterie meat that's really good. Their wine selection is insane. If you're like in the mood to get wine drunk, which, end of the world.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I don't really drink, but actually I never drink, but why not?
I got a little bit of work to do, but here, I'll take some time with you if you want company. Let's, you don't drink, so you don't know wines very well?
No, I don't know the first thing about wine.
Well, we
Or
are
cheese.
very lucky.
Or
because-
charcuterie.
Charcuterie, very expensive, fancy dried meat. And right now, you're in for a treat because we are on the border to hell, and as everyone knows, wine from the third circle of hell is the best wine in all of existence, and usually it's hard to get, but we're like kind of right there, but here, I'll go pick out a bottle for you. And she's like wheeling her cheese wheel back in, not letting it go, and she's going for the wine.
Okay, Razor's gonna follow her and will follow around Mixie around the store, let her share all of her hyper fixations on these kinds of things, and then purchase all of Mixie's recommendations.
Yeah, she tells you to buy some fancy wine. She tells you to, buy all these weird meats from, like, there's some dried dragon meat. There's all sorts of just fancy things and spreads and fruits. And she's like, I never have anyone to share this stuff with. All of my friends have cheaper taste. You're gonna love this. Your stomach might be a little upset if you're not used to food that's this rich, shall we say.
Yeah, I don't eat a whole lot of stuff like this. Actually, I don't know if I've ever eaten anything like this.
This is going to change your life. And she has decided that she does not care about social norms or decorum, and she has just started putting out a spread like on a counter in this shop, but she's spending so much goddamn money right now that these employees aren't going to be like, hey, you can't eat that here. The city's been rearranged, and a weird mouse showed up and spent her life savings on a giant cheese wheel. They're just letting it happen.
Like, kind of notices that the employees are being like, what are you doing? And then we'll say like, hey, why don't we take this and go somewhere else and eat this? Is there anywhere nice we can go sit down?
Oh, there's a portion of a park that I passed on the way here.
Sounds great. Let's go do that.
Okay. Is there anything specific you want to do with Mixie, or are you just getting trashed?
Razor just doesn't know what to do right now. She just getting trashed. Yeah. Or
Then-
yeah.
Then we're gonna come back to you. Hey everybody, it's Future Jess again with a few more announcements. The big one, of course, is that we have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/the D&Dorks, and if you follow us there, then you get access to Backstage, the after show with a name. Other announcements are that we're back. We took a week off, and now we're here. So we'll see you again this time next week, and thank you guys for watching. Skyen, you indicated to me that there was something you wanted to do in this graveyard. The graveyard you have found. The graveyard itself is not actually rearranged or remixed in any way. The whatever force has caused this city to change and shift seems to have had at least a little respect for the dead, or perhaps respect for the living, because what else are graveyards for, if not for the living to grieve? So you can easily find the grave you're looking for. Would you like to take it from here?
Yeah, he'll be jumping from building to building, looking around. trying to find it. And as he spots it, he'll jump to street level and land and like be marching up towards the gate. And right as he's about to go through, he'll stop and be like, okay, all right, because he's still pissed. Like he's still stomping around, so he's catching himself a bit. All right, you walk softly on someone else's grave. You walk softly. And he'll step through the gate and start looking around and seeing that things are not really rearranged in here. He'll know where to go, because like the graveyard is, you get all different kinds of headstones and stuff from different eras and different like people with different religions or whatever. And the one that he's looking for is a peculiar corner of the graveyard where all the headstones are made of metal for some reason, and it's all odd-looking metal. And as you get closer, you can see that these metal headstones are made of metal that's been banged together and kind of forged in weird ways from stuff that seems to be completely different things that are just kind of welded and smacked together to form these headstone shapes. And there's no names on any of them, and they're all weirdly colorful, a lot of them, like greens and purples and very shiny and like very sort of extravagant. And he's sort of walking through it. Occasionally, like he'll glance to the side and he'll see a particular headstone and he'll kind of nod at it, almost like he's greeting a colleague or something like that. And over in one particular corner, there's a headstone that's all like purple and black, but still like shiny and kind of almost chromed. And he'll walk over there and he'll like look at that for a second and then plop down in the grass and just kind of stare at it for a second. And it's quiet there, generally speaking, and he isn't really saying anything until he sort of like takes a deep exhale and is like, well, if you don't mind me disturbing you, sis. And with his lance, he'll dig into, like right beside the headstone, he'll scrape away some dirt and dig into it a little bit until he hits on something hard, and he'll unearth a little box from beside the gravestone with a little slot on it, and he'll gently sort of take the box and poke the tip of his lance into it, and there's a little click, and it opens, and inside there's a ring, quite like the one that he wears on his finger. And he'll stare at that for just a second, and then it's like, and he'll pick it up, and he whispers something to it, inaudible to everyone, just for the mystery of it, and the ring does a little like a little sort of almost like a sputter of a thing that's kind of run out of battery, but a costume manifests on the ground, neatly folded together in black and purple colors. And he like picks up, there's a helmet, and he picks it up and he puts it on top of the gravestone, and it's a really dark looking helmet. Like this looks like tokusatsu villain who's like the evil representation of poison or something like that. Real nasty kind of children's villain kind of thing. And he's like holding on. He picks up the costume itself and he kind of sits there. Yeah. I don't know if you can really hear me where you are, but shit, we're in deep shit right now. We're in deep shit. And he's not having a conversation with her exactly. He just sits there and eventually starts telling this costume about like the things that's happened and where he is and how he's feeling, which is not great. Like he talks about his frustrations, that he feels like he can't really live up to what he's trying to do, and he thought he was making some headway with the fucking union, and now it's just kind of all being thrown in the shitter because of this fucking thing that's happening. And he gives her updates on their colleagues and the other people that used to fight at the arena. And he's like, oh yeah, Johnny got rich. Piece of shit asshole. He got rich, now he's a piece of shit like the rest of them. I mean, you told me, I know. He's a shithead, but I thought at least he'd be a shithead on our side, you know? Whatever. But and then there's a quiet. They sent soldiers into a school. Like, they had, with swords and, like, crossbows and shit, like, into a school. Right? Just, there's kids in there. And we did. Sarah, you know, like the girl, like Razer, you know, she has a sister, Sarah. She didn't even attack them. She just said, like, she just tried to keep them out, and they just started shooting. She wasn't even attacking them. They just started shooting. I don't know how the fuck... Look, I've seen some scumbags, you know, like you know, like you remember CZ, right? Like, fucking, like he did some shit, you know, but how do you just walk into a school full of kids and you're like, how do you even take a weapon in there? And now they fucking... And I saw them. They was... Apparently, I guess they just sent ghosts in here or fucking whatever. Or magic, what? I don't know what the fuck that works. They were self-righteous about it. They were talking like, oh, crusade and serving the... I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to deal with a fucking... Like, I don't know how to deal... I know how to deal with an asshole, but I don't know how to deal with that. You know, it... I can't stop thinking about... You know the kids, when we were sending them out, and they looked at me like I was a hero? It's just... Because they, you know, they buy it. You know, they buy the fucking kayfabe, right? I don't know how to live up to that. Because now, apparently, we've sent them right up to heaven, I guess, which is where the fuck these assholes are coming from. I sent them right into that. I thought I was getting them out, and I sent them right into... Oh, God, I hope that May lady is like... I hope she's got her head screwed on straight, because... I don't know how to save that last kid, Caleb. I can't send him to heaven. I ain't sending him into hell. I don't know what to do, man. And, like, he just sort of goes in circles. Chatting to this silent costume. This little helmet that's, like, gently waggling back and forth in a breeze. And that's basically what he's gonna be... Like, I think more or less he's gonna be spending the day there. And unless someone comes, like, finds some way to come looking for him, the rest of the party is not gonna see him today.
Yeah, that's fair. I think when this conversation is done, I imagine you're putting the armor back in the ring.
Yeah, he'll, like, speak the command word, it'll recede back into the ring, and he'll bury the little box next to the grave.
You bury the box. Can you give me an Arcana check?
I can. That is a 3.
That is a 3.
Not exactly my specialist subject.
I suppose that makes sense, because I don't imagine you'd understand why. But when you start burying the box, the dirt fills the hole but doesn't cover the box. The box stays on top. This ring doesn't want to be buried. I think maybe it wants to stay with you for now. You don't know why. You don't know what that could mean. But no matter how much dirt you shovel on top of it, this box is not going back in this grave.
Just kind of wiggles itself up on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be looking at and going, what the hell? Is this... Oh, man, I'm going to talk to Mixie about this. like shovel dirt, like, shovel dirt, like, oh, come the fuck on. Like, what the hell? Like, digs a very deep hole, ring down, like, puts his hands on top of the dirt, like, and it's like, pokes out again. Oh, what the hell? God, okay. Sis, I'm sorry, look, I'll take this, I'll go talk to Mixie about it or something. We'll, yeah, just, you know, tell Mom and Dad I love them, okay? And also Dad. Both of them, you know, yeah. I guess I'll see you later to another today? Yeah, another today. And, like, he'll pick the box up and shove it away in his pocket, and he'll walk off. Like, I think, insofar as he's doing anything, he's gonna go looking for Mixie because he's like, oh, this must be some kind of defect in the graveyard that needs to be fixed with gears.
Okay. We're gonna leave that be for now, and we're gonna go back to Dreg, Douglas, and Otto. You just had probably a very unsettling conversation after your lunch. I think we're gonna go back in time a little bit, just after they've left. What are Otto and Dreg Douglas saying to each other now?
Something
I believe
riveting,
Otto
I'm
said.
sure.
Well, Otto said before I unfortunately trampled over it with the message thing. Said, Dreg needs to learn to stand his ground.
I did say that, yes.
Which Dreg appears visibly distracted before responding. Was that what? Ground?
Yes. That deal was bad. We have all the leverage.
Yes. You're right. You're correct. I just think your approach, it wasn't conducive to a productive negotiation. Because yes, we have a lot of leverage, but they also have a lot of firepower. So we kind of need to come in a little bit more diplomatic than maybe we feel.
But we can't die.
Yes. Unless if they get our gears.
Which they want.
Yes.
Which is bad.
Yes. What's also bad is they have an army, and they know that someone can be taken out of the time loop because we did it to them. And how long do you think it's gonna fucking take them to realize, oh, I think the gears do it? And truly, what is stopping them from taking the gears from our corpses?
I'm unsure if that's how it works.
Well, we did it to their guy, why can't they do it to our guys?
His gear was different.
It was different.
I think as you're having this conversation, Dreg, your ever-trusty assistant, arrives at Haste and is like, oh, Mr. Douglas, sir, the city is all mixed up, and,
Yes. Freddy. And he, puts a hand on either of his cheeks. My guy!
I'm your
Gotta
guy.
keep up!
I did not keep up, I'm sorry.
Alright. Here's what's going on. Me and the robot, we're in a time loop. The mortal realm is coming to invade, but not today.
Oh,
Every other today they are doing it, but not today.
why not today?
That's a long story. Much less complicated, we need to open the gate to hell to get their army in here.
Oh, okay.
And I know you handle a lot of the personnel stuff and remembering things. We need 2 keys for the gates to open. And I know, and I always knew, that Eric, the ambassador from hell, to hell, has one of them. Do you know who has the other?
Yeah.
Well, who is it, Freddy? Hello?
Oh, you want to know who has the other?
Yes!
Well, it would be, any high-ranking wizard.
Any high-ranking wizard? That's not very specific, Freddy. We need the specific guy who has the key.
Well, the highest-ranking wizard in this part of the city is a guy named Gregor.
Oh,
I've never
fucking
spoken to
Gregor.
My old service
Otto.
provider.
Yes.
Oh. I didn't know Gregor still did that.
Well, he doesn't do anything
he's
anymore.
dead.
Yes.
Oh. Well, that sucks. I don't actually know the guy, so I don't know. Well, all we have to do is figure out who inherited Gregor's stuff, and that person should have a key.
Oh. Fuck.
That would be my new service provider. Clara Razer Queen.
I don't know who that is.
She's normally here by now.
Otto, I don't think
She stepped outside,
Yeah, I think...
but she didn't come back.
Yeah, that's called a storm off. That usually indicates a person's not coming back for a while.
Why would you do that?
Feelings. I know you're new to them, but as you've probably surmised, they can be strong, right?
Dreg likes to storm off all the time when people aren't giving him exactly what he wants.
Sometimes I'm not even mad. It's just like a power play.
For dramatic effect.
Yes.
I see.
These are the negotiation tactics we gotta turn you on to, because again, this blunt everything I'm feeling just on my sleeve, it's not long-term viable, you know?
I guess.
If I could ask, just to possibly nip it in the bud, where are you getting this, and forgive me, this is truly the only phrase I have in my head for it, getting this righteous stick up your ass from?
That felt weird. We are here to protect the city. And that's a good thing to do. And good people do that.
Okay, yeah, but feelings don't come from logic, now do they? I have very strong feelings about catnaps and the like, and that's because I feel strongly about them, right? And the abstract concept of good, I don't buy it being behind like feelings. And you got some big feelings in that chassis.
I guess so. There's not a lot that I know about anything about why I am the way I am.
Nothing?
I tried to learn from you all. You know, we're heroes. We kill dogs and conduct brutal violence against enemies who have personally slighted us.
That doesn't sound like a hero, my guy. My lady.
Hey, shut up, Freddy. No.
No.
You're
no,
sore.
Man. Heroes are like what you do, where you save somebody's life and don't even ask for anything in return. Heroes are like what you do when you serve this this realm, this Citadel, for more lifetimes than most people even live, because it's the right thing to do. A hero is somebody who stands up from their heart and does what they know they need to do, even if it's not popular, even if they know everyone's gonna hate them the way everyone hates you, boss. But you do it anyway.
Oh, you were talking about, I thought, I do those things?
Dreg, are you not a hero? You're a hero. See, this is a hero. He doesn't even know he's a hero because it comes second nature to him.
I don't know. I'm not a hero.
We've both served the city for hundreds of years.
Dreg is selfless. Dreg goes to every single one of those boring dinners in the mortal plane where they serve all that fancy food that he doesn't like and all that wine that he doesn't like and give him all those gifts that he doesn't want, because it's what a hero does, to do the thing you don't want to do for the greater good.
Freddy,
Dreg, do you like talking to people? No, but you go to parties anyway to serve the greater good.
I don't know if I've been fully tuned into what you say for this consecutive amount of time ever. And I am shocked at what I am hearing. If you want my honest opinion on what a hero is a corpse with a cause. It is a fool willing to die on a hill, and what do you have then? A dead person. Okay, a hero.
Die for a cause?
I am literally not willing to die ever. That's why I have the job that I do. I don't think I can put it in any more clear terms than that. And frankly, I am really not fucking with being in this anymore. I mean, putting the weight of all of this on 4 people is ridiculous. 5 people apparently is ridiculous in the first place. But also, I don't. So, you'll meet them if you have to meet them, Freddy. You'll meet them if you have to meet them. What I'm saying is, we have a great opportunity here to pass the buck to more qualified people. And of those among us who wish to fight among them can continue fighting, and those who don't can maybe sit back and let the situation resolve itself.
But people will die. For real. Like Deacon Winters.
And that's a choice they made. I mean, like the mortals did. when they decided to fight, right? And like, what do you think a hero's gonna do? You win the day with peace? Not even I could do that, and I'm the diplomat guy.
Did you say Deacon Winters is dead?
Yes, Razer cut out his heart.
How do you know who Deacon Winters is?
He's part of... He's like really high ranking. And we go to the mortal realm like all the time. You don't usually take all your readings. I do most of those for you, but... Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
yes.
Deacon Winters creeps me out.
Well, then,
He likes puppets.
yes, he does. He tried to kill you today.
Oh!
With one of those puppets.
And I knew I hated that guy.
Yeah.
He tried to kill me with a puppet? Like a puppet? Like a tiny little...
No, a you puppet. The puppet was you. And it wasn't you.
That's crazy. But so
And
he's
more pertinently,
dead.
the puppet tried to kill me.
Hold on, if we're in a time loop, how is he dead?
Because we took the thing that keeps him in the time loop and we broke it.
Because we're heroes.
You broke it?
I broke it because he tried to kill me and I didn't want that shit happening again.
Weird, okay. You can just break it?
I guess.
That seems really easy.
It was, we had to fight the guy. And that wasn't easy.
I guess. I don't know. Hey, why are they invading?
God, wouldn't I fucking like to know, Freddy? Wouldn't I like to know? All I've gotten so far is the Goddess of Light told us to, which is not really a reason.
God of Light.
God of Light. My B. I'm used to Goddess of, of the one that we work for. Except that God of Light said you gotta do it, which is not a reason so much as it is a command.
No, I guess that's fair. Okay, well, do you need anything from me? Because if the world's gonna end, I'd like to face it by your side.
Okay, that's great. But that's not happening today. In fact, usually we'd go up the tower and we'd do fights and stuff like that, and I would totally bring you for that, to be a meat shield and face the end or whatever you said. But today they're not doing it, so I guess you've got a free day. Fuck around a little bit. I don't know what you would do with free will, so you can figure that out, and I don't know, I think I'm just gonna, laze today. It's been so many days since I've lazed, and I'm so used to lazing.
Okay, I'll get your,
I'm just exhausted from not lazing.
let me know what you want for dinner, and I'll go get that during my day off, like I usually do, so you can keep blazing.
Perfect. Perfect.
From that point, is there anything on camera that you would like to have your characters do today? It sounds like Dreg is just gonna chill, and I'm not gonna make you just sit there and improv chilling. Otto.
Informational chilling. Otto will not be chilling. Otto will be... I don't think there needs to be anything on camera, but training.
Training?
I'll use it to training day for sure. How much XP do you get for training?
Training usually gives you 5 XP, but this is a longer day. And if you're doing nothing else at all, I will give you 10, just because.
Sick.
All right. Razer, you're a little tipsy, a little drunk maybe. How hard do you think alcohol hits Razer, who does not drink very often and is now drinking strong wine from hell?
Razer does not have any clue whatsoever what her alcohol tolerance is. So, and I have a constitution of 13, and I'd be happy to roll for it.
Yeah, you know what? Give me a dice roll for your first glass.
Okay.
And
Just a
you
flat
know
20?
what? Yeah, just a flat 20. Actually, what's your con modifier?
+1.
Plus 1? So 20 plus 1.
14 + 1. So 15.
Okay. So you have your first glass. You're not really feeling it yet. I mean, you got that nice little buzz, but you're fine. Mixie, despite her size, also handles it really well. And she's like, "Oh, isn't that just the best?"
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know what wine's supposed to taste like, but I don't dislike it. So,
Do you want a bad wine to compare it with?
no. Yeah, sure. I mean, if I have the bad wine, then I'll know what the bad one tastes like, so I can know how good the... Yeah, sure. Let's try some bad wine.
She goes, "Okay." And she pulls out a flask and pours it into your wine glass and pours it into hers. And she goes, "This is terrible wine."
Great.
Yeah, go ahead, give you a d20 roll. +1 for your con. That's a nat 20 for Mixie. Jesus Christ.
That's an
She can handle
18.
her liquor.
Razer is just a tank right now.
Yeah, you two drink 2 glasses of wine. Mixie is doing fine. You're doing fine. That wine was not good.
Oh my god, that's... Yeah, okay. The good wine is better. Yeah, much... Wow.
I use this to clean gears.
Why would you have me drink that?
It's technically drinkable.
Technically doesn't mean... okay.
Anyway, so you're having a hard time, and you're stressed out, and we're in a time loop, which does suck, and you remember, which means you probably remember dying, but something else is going on with you. I can tell, because, like, you're stressed out. Girl, what's happening? She's pouring a 3rd glass of wine for you both. Good stuff this time.
I would like to roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
Against myself. So I'm not going to tell you what the DC is, but I'm going to roll it.
Interesting.
A 6. Razer kind of takes the glass and then like puts it to her mouth for a second and then like pauses and freezes and then she'll like kind of like sit there in silence for a second as she ponders over what Mixie just asked her and just be like, that it's... Have you ever been in a time loop?
No.
Have you ever died? I know the answer to that one. Well, have you ever died?
Once on accident.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can remember how bad that was, yeah?
Oh, you know, it worked out pretty well for me, actually.
Okay, fine. But the dying wasn't fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I've died 4 times now, I think. 4 times.
Painful deaths?
Yeah. Fighting somebody every time. I think one time I think it was a fireball and got blown up. Died a couple of times to, I think, an explosion. That one I don't really remember because just kind of happened in an instant. And then one time by like the burning radiance of God. That one I remember. That one sucked a lot.
I bet. Wow.
Yeah. And, well, yeah, I mean, I died, and every time I died, everyone else died, you know, because it's a time loop, and that's why we're dying, so it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not... That seems not good. Have you tried just... Well, that's dumb. I'm sorry. I was gonna ask if you had tried surviving until the end of the time loop to reset, but I imagine you're not trying to die. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit immortal, so sometimes...
You're immortal?
Yeah, I've been in this job for hundreds of years.
Oh, wow. I'm 28.
That's so young. Oh, you've died 4 times at the age of 28.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor thing. No wonder you're so angry.
Yeah.
So you made a mistake.
Yeah.
You acted out of anger.
Have you ever killed
She's
anyone,
gonna
Mixie?
Drink her next bottle of wine as you're asking that.
Her next bottle?
Or her next glass, I mean, sorry.
Okay.
You ask her if she's killed anyone?
Yeah.
She looks at you and she goes, no. Have you?
Before the time loop? No.
But it doesn't count since the time looped and none of them died, right?
It's not about if it counts or not. It's about how it feels.
And how did it feel?
Honestly, half the time it felt like nothing. Like, I just did what I had to do to protect somebody, to save the city. And a few of the times it felt good.
Good how?
Felt like I killed somebody that needed to die. Just someone horrible, someone terrible. And other times I've wanted to kill somebody because I know they did something terrible. And it felt good.
Yeah?
And I don't really like that.
What's wrong with that?
Feeling good about killing somebody?
What do you think death is?
End of life?
End of a body? Souls exist. They go somewhere.
That's true. I guess we are sitting here in the middle of a city in between the mortal realm and hell, so all those people go somewhere. So yeah, I guess so. Sure.
And, I mean, I don't know about you, but some people worship death. Some people think death is a new beginning, a fresh start, a chance to not be what you were before. A beautiful thing.
Huh.
And so you killed somebody bad. Right?
Yeah. Somebody terrible. The worst kind of somebody you can imagine.
And so now they're not that person anymore. Their soul has moved on to something else.
Huh. I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess when you put it that way, I should just go around killing anybody, right? I'm not gonna do that. It's the wine talking. So.
Okay.
Razer chugs the rest of her third glass. Like, just
All right.
slams it.
Give me that roll. Let's see how drunk you are.
Oh, that one's a 7, so...
Yeah, the wine is hitting you now. You're feeling it, and Mixie
3
is
glasses
pouring
deep,
another
baby.
glass. I mean, killing people just left and right maybe isn't the best thing, but what's your relationship to death? I know a lot of people have like religions and things. Do you feel particularly strongly about death one way or the other?
I mean, I chit-chat with her secretary.
Oh, that's interesting. You met Death's secretary. Not Death herself?
Okay, I was just kind of You know about Death's I was just joking, but you know about Death's secretary?
I mean, doesn't every important person have a secretary?
Okay, yeah, fine. I've met Death's secretary.
That's kind of cool, right?
I mean, conceptually, yeah, I guess. It's kind of freaky if you think about it, no?
I guess so. I guess death is traditionally pretty scary.
Death is like capital D death, you know? Like,
that means her secretary must be pretty cool. Like, death is scary
she's
and you're
nice.
just like working with death?
She's
Yeah,
nice.
I bet.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you a thing, okay? I mean, can't tell anybody else. I mean, you're not gonna remember this tomorrow, so I guess I could tell you whatever I want.
Plus, what two women share over wine stays over the wine.
You know, I guess I've never had wine before. I really talked to a lot of other women. I talked to my sister, but, you know, I don't see her that often. I think the first time that I died, I think I made a deal with death.
Oh, she's like your patron now?
Yeah, I subscribe to her for $5 a month, like you should for a D&Dorks podcast.
You get
Access
that?
to
You
the
get Death's after show.
Discord server.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help
Wow.
myself.
Seamless advertising. It's next episode we're pulling up to the Citadel Tower in a Honda.
I'm sorry, I could not help myself.
No, it's good because then the audience says that they get to go to Afterlife, the post show with a plane.
That's great. Doesn't get much better than that. Continue.
Yeah, I guess so. And yeah, she gave me some of her powers, and now I can like do magic and stuff. Like, I couldn't do that before.
Ooh.
But now
I
I
love
do.
magic.
Yeah.
Magic is fun.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Intoxicating sometimes.
It's... I don't know. I'm like mixed feelings about making a deal with death, because it's like... That's scary, you know? This is what does that mean? What was the deal that I made? I don't remember it. I just, like...
Do you know what Death wants? Did her secretary tell you anything about what Death might want?
She said that I said that I would send these mortals, the bad ones, and I would kill them. And then I get the power. That's what she said. So...
Well, that sounds like you know what to do with your power, but then... Did you learn anything else?
Nope.
Nothing? No other messages?
I'm gonna
from
roll a
Death?
wisdom save. -1. No other messages. I mean, yeah, just drinks the rest of her wine glass.
Mixie's gonna drink the rest of hers. It's a shame that you have no other messages or ideas about what Death might like.
Okay. There was another thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't freak out, okay?
Okay.
I cut somebody's heart out.
Okay. I mean, oh my god. Okay.
Does that not...
Sorry, I'm like very drunk.
Okay, anyways, I cut somebody's heart out. This guy was a real piece of shit, and he's one of the invaders, and he was like trying to use my sister to like fuck with my head, and the invaders killed my sister the first time, and presumably every time after that, after I died. I don't know how many times she's died, but these people did it, and I couldn't... I was just so mad. And so, after we killed him, I cut his heart out. And I stomped on it. Crushed it to bits. And then after we died, then I was there in the darkness and talking to Death's secretary. And she said that the goddess does not... that Death did not accept this offering. And now there's a beating heart there in the void with me. And it's gonna be there every time I die again. And I just have to listen to it beating in the darkness, just reminding me of this thing that I did. That's fucked up. I'm fucked up. Wow.
That is
I'm
fucked
really
up.
fucked up.
That's really bad. So... Death wanted you to kill people for her, but didn't want the heart.
She said something about a blood sacrifice. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so if you have a deity that you serve and you kill somebody in the line of work for them, and you have a lot of intention and emotion behind that killing, and it's like a deliberate thing, you're making a sacrifice to that deity. And the intention behind the killing, the emotions behind the killing, that's what you're sending.
Well, I was pissed off,
So you
I
sent
guess.
anger to your goddess?
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I didn't mean to. I was just mad, you know? I didn't know. Oh.
You didn't act in her name?
That's what I'm
Out of
supposed
anger?
Is that what I'm
And
supposed to
any
do?
other emotions?
Is that... I mean, when you put it that way, yeah, that sounds really fucking stupid, I guess. I just... Yeah. I don't know how this works.
I think you're gonna have to learn, because if you've got power from Death, and Death doesn't like what you're doing...
Yeah, okay. Wow, you like know a lot of stuff because you've lived really long time. That's kind of yeah.
Age and wisdom.
Thank you. That was really helpful. I really needed that. Thank you.
I'm so glad I could help.
Is this wine like? I feel slow.
Yeah, wine does that.
I think I'm gonna put this down now. I think I don't like this.
Okay, I'm gonna drink that then. 'Cause
Okay. Shit. What time is it?
It's like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Shit. I gotta go. Shit. Razer is gonna run off as well as she can while being wine tipsy, and thank you. And then she's gonna head to the tower, to the back door.
Okay. All right, what are you doing, Otto? What are you checking on?
I just want to quickly swing by the wizard tower again and make some kind of check. You can tell me which check it can be. But we learned last time we investigated that it exists regardless of if the Citadel or the City of the Goddess exists. It's like its own thing. Does it also exist out of the time loop is what I want to figure out. Could I hypothetically leave something here and get it the next day?
All right.
That's
I
what
would like you to roll an investigation check.
Okay.
I should think.
Okay. I'll take it. Here we go. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. To give a D4 to this. Huh. That's a 4. And the full roll is also a 4. That's an 8. Shit.
So
I'm rolling so bad.
there's nothing that you see that's like too obvious, but like also wizard towers are big, you know. They're big and they're huge, and they go really far up, and this place could even have a basement, who knows? And so you don't feel like you've searched everything, but you're
Right.
not finding anything. Is there anywhere specific that you want to look, maybe?
Where was his study? Was that at the top?
The study was on the ground floor.
I want to, even if I can't tell, I want to engage in some science here. I want to put something here and see if it's there the next day. Or move something inside. I guess I don't know how. If this exists out of the loop, moving something should also work. So, like, very obviously set up something inside here that I would remember the next day, whatever it may
Okay.
be.
What are you moving inside of the study, just for my own benefit?
I think I'm going to, as if I'm closing up shop, I'm going to put every chair and stool upside down on the table.
So you're moving. Jesus Christ! You're moving all of the stools and chairs in this study.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a study that typically only has a single person in it. There is a chair at the desk of the study, and then a chair on the other side of the desk to kind of face it in case somebody's in there with him. But there are, in fact, some stools off to the side, kind of just by the wall. And when you move one, you hear a clicking noise as it's been moved, as if it's been removed from some kind of a pressure plate or something, and maybe something unlocked.
Did I stumble into another?
This is an
Is this
episode
another-
of people finding shit. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, I would love to investigate that further, please.
No amount of clever secrets created by you are immune to our simple luck and stupidity.
Of all the things specifically to do in this study,
I mean, you could have looked for a
Um,
missing potion book, like.
No,
yeah, or you could have
let's
like
put these
wrote
stools
something on a
away.
piece of paper. You could have dropped something there. No, you decided to move all of the chairs. Yeah, so you move one of those 3 chairs and something kind of clicks. Do you move the other 2 chairs?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, each of them sort of click when you move, and I guess at this point you could notice that there's a pressure plate under each one of these stools, these 3 stools in the corner. And on the pressure plates, there is a moon on one. There is the sun on another. And there is a planet on the third one.
1 second. 3 stools, move them, 3 pressure plates. A moon, a sun, and a planet.
On each of those pressure plates, which is correct.
And they don't glow or do anything when the pressure is released or reversed when it's pressed or anything?
Nope.
It's just a click, just like a mechanical sort of thing.
Just a mechanical click.
Interesting. Well, I guess I'll come back tomorrow and see if that's still there.
Okay.
Unless it very obviously rotated a bookshelf near me that opened into a passageway.
Nope, I can tell you that there's nothing explicitly... Yeah, there's more to the puzzle, yeah.
Got it. Okay, noted. The other small, hopefully also not small thing I wanted to do was an Arcana check on this quill that I have to see if it's magical at all. Or what it does.
Okay.
Damn, it's a good thing the invasion's not happening today, I can tell you that. That's a 2.
That's a 2. I mean, yeah, it's magical.
Great.
At least it feels magical. You're pretty sure it's magical. I guess you don't know, but like it's probably magical. It is glowing.
I would love to write on a piece of paper somewhere my name, Otto.
It's a study. Okay, great. Otto in the study on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And you write it on this piece of paper, and it sure does say Otto on this piece of paper.
Cool. I stick it to my chest like a name tag and go about my training. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
Success. Great success.
Hooray. Hurrah. So, we have an interesting situation happening here because now Razer is the only one who appears to know that the invasion is called off for a cycle, or the one who doesn't know. And she's going towards the back door. Does anybody feasibly believe that they would see Razer on Razer's way there, or be somewhere that Razer would see them?
Unless Razer swings by the wizard tower, I don't think so. I think that's just where I did my training. I just went there, did all my stuff, trained.
Yeah, I mean, Fier is looking for Mixie, so he's like walking around like trying to figure out where the hell. So feasibly, Razer could run into him.
Yeah, did you ask an automata where Mixie was by chance?
Yeah, that's probably a thing he would do. Like, hey, the little mouse lady, like, Mixie.
Yeah, so if the automata points you towards Mixie, then presumably you would pass Razer, or Razer would pass you on the way to this back door. And so it is up to the two of you if you want to stop and talk to each other as you pass, or acknowledge each other.
Yeah, I think like oh, Razer, hey.
Razer is tipsy and is booking it, and probably at first doesn't see Fia until he calls out her name, and then she'll like look back really quick and then keep running and then do a double take and then stop and be like, "You're not at the tower."
No, it's I mean, apparently they're not invading today.
What?
I mean, certainly
What?
Hey, like question. Is Razer like visibly like flushed and like visibly drunk?
Visibly, no, but she definitely slurring a little bit, and maybe if you were to look real closely, you could tell that like she's not as like sharp or like or as stiff.
And if
as
I were to
she
get close, I
normally
might be
is.
able to smell a lot of wine.
Yeah, but I'm assuming at this point that she kind of like passed him, and so she's like a good like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet, almost a turn's worth of movement away before she realized that it's Fia over there.
I mean, at least that's what they said. And there's, I mean, none of the soldiers
And
have
you
come
just
out, so I guess they would
believed them? And then she books it.
It's like, oh, Razer, god damn it. Like, Fia will run after her.
Okay. Are we gonna do a chase sequence, or are you both just gonna like run to
Well,
the
he's not trying
door?
to stop her. He's just trying to catch up to her.
Okay. Then yeah, are you gonna stop to keep talking to Fia, or are you just gonna keep going to the door? The back door? Also, real quick question. Dreg has not communicated, Dreg or Otto have not communicated the deal with the gears to anyone outside of the two of them.
No, I guess
and
we didn't
Fred.
do that.
No, so
Nope.
Razer and I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know about this.
I'm still figuring stuff out.
Okay.
Didn't even cross my mind that lying was an option. Oh yeah, they could just lie to us and invade.
I mean, makes sense, because, like, why would, you believe, why would Otto, as an automaton, believe, like, yeah, they're just not going to tell the truth about this?
Okay, so yeah, Razer, I think you probably get to that door with Fia in tow.
Yeah, get to the door, and I think it'll take Razer a second to open the door, so I'm assuming in that couple of seconds that Fia will catch up.
Yeah, and like he'll get in closer. Like at that point, he'll be able to smell the wine. It's like, oh, are you drunk?
No,
Yeah, you're drunk. Okay.
no, I had some wine, but I'm not drunk. I've never been drunk.
Hey, look at my finger. Moving it back and forth.
We don't have time for this. And then she's gonna open the door, and not running anymore, but like walking very briskly and angrily towards the
Yeah,
door.
Fia's not gonna stop her.
Also, why are you here? Like, we should have been there hours ago. I got drunk. I mean, I drank wine. I'm not drunk. I drank wine, and so that's why. Why are you out here? Where's everybody else?
Well, hell if I know. I had another thing to do.
Okay, sure. I mean, I can't really blame you because I wasn't there either. But we gotta, we're gonna go now, right?
Like Fia's like, I mean, sure, I guess it couldn't hurt.
I mean, so how did you know that they're not invading today?
Cause oh man, I didn't want to talk to you about this when you're drunk. Listen, I ran into, you remember the first time at the school with the guy who did the
Oh, you ran into the
spell that killed
asshole.
me.
Yeah, I saw him today.
Wait,
I
you
saw
ran into him too?
I saw him at Haste. Yeah.
You saw him at Haste?
I tried to kill him, but he wasn't really there. He just...
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
me too. He's like a hologram, something.
Yeah, no. That was... I really want to fucking kill that guy.
Oh, you're gonna have to race me for it.
Yeah, I'll race you. Let's go right now. Let's go. I'll race you.
Oh, you want to race right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're here, right? Let's race.
You know what? Fuck it. I need to work out some aggression anyway. Yeah, sure. Let's have a race. Let's see if we can. Let's see how
Ready,
far we
set,
can
go.
get. Yeah, like in.
Okay, so you walk in the door, and sitting there, having a big old glass of tea or mug of tea, is Adam. And he looks specifically at Fia, and he goes, "You actually came. You said you wanted to fight, and I said, bring it on."
Razer is gonna turn to Fia and be like, "I'm gonna beat you," and then she's gonna attack.
All right, how are you
Yeah, it's like,
attacking?
oh, come on, no fair. And like he'll like do his spiel like when evil spreads, it's like into the armor and then like
When evil
after
spreads,
follows.
All right, so drunken Razer, how are you attacking Adam?
Razer is not gonna use any of her particular skills, and she is going to just do what she knows how to do, which is launch and swing her sword.
Okay,
So that is what she does. She launches and swings her sword.
give me that attack roll.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 10.
Adam doesn't even really need to clash swords with you to stop this attack. He just sort of puts a hand out and kind of brushes you away as you jump in to attack him. He's still looking at Fia, who he was talking to. Fia, who said that he was going to fight him earlier. He's not even giving you the time of day.
I think Razer will like deflect it and kind of like miss with her sword and like stumble and like fall and like roll over and tumble, and then like will scramble back to her feet with like one hand on the ground and then go for it again.
Okay. That's right, because you get 2 attacks, don't you?
Yeah. And that one's a 21.
That one is a 21. Tell me what this looks like. What kind of attack are you doing? Are you just swinging your sword? Are you shooting? You've got a lot that you can do. What are you doing?
She's just doing a standard normal melee attack with nothing else special.
All right. So you do swing the sword, and this time you hit him. Roll for damage.
Okay.
He's not really looking at you, so you're just kind of blindsiding him with it.
That is a 12.
All right. So you do 12 points of damage to Adam.
Yep.
All right. Let me.
Just for me, isn't this the power word kill guy?
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
it
we're
is.
both gonna die.
Got it. Just making sure I'm on the same page.
I don't think Razor's thinking all too
we're
clearly
throwing
right now.
sharp sticks at him.
Razor's not thinking too clearly. She's had some wine. She is really pissed off at this guy. Like, she just, swinging her sharp stick.
You kind of hit him from the side, and he goes, "Ugh, I thought this was a duel." And before
No,
he
it's
has
a
chance to-
race.
Before he has a chance to react, Sky, and I believe you are probably next in the initiative order. What are you doing?
Yeah. Let's see what I'm doing. Does a 24 hit?
A 24 hits. Roll me some
Okay,
damage.
so that is... Oh, I don't like that roll, so I can use my feet to re-roll that damage. That
Yeah.
is 12 damage to the initial, and then we get a d8 of extra damage on top of that.
Bro's rolling dice with
Where's
his
my
feet.
D8? And that's another 5 on that, so that's 17. And then, of course, I'm level high enough now that I can make multiple attacks, so let's do another one.
Yeah, give me another hit.
That's a 16 to hit?
A 16 barely does not hit.
Barely does not hit. Okay, fair enough. So it's like lands, smack him with the land, spin around, like take a swing at him, which he sort of barely dodges.
He, just kind of barely stumbles out of the way, and he stops for a moment, and he goes, "Drunk, dishonorable. Guardians of Hell are disgusting, amoral, barely even worth our mercy." And he is gonna go for you first, Razer, and he's gonna do an unarmed strike and just kind of backhand you. He's very large, though. Does a 22 hit?
It sure does.
All right. Let me just roll a few.
As a reaction,
I'll go for it.
going to...
Is Razor within 5 feet of me, by the way?
Yeah, you're both right next to each other.
Well, 10 feet, actually. Okay,
Reaction
well,
first,
okay.
and then yours.
As a reaction, Razor is going to cast Hellish Rebuke in the form of being very upset that she was just backhanded by this guy, and just like will take the hit, slap to the face, and then turn back and just scream at him in rage, just and then boom. Saving throw of 14. Dex.
That does not pass.
Okay, so that's 17 damage then.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can reduce the damage that Razor takes from the attack by 8, because I'm doing my interception thing with my fighting style.
Cool.
You were going to take 17 damage, so that's down to 9.
Down to 9.
Yeah. Okay. Skyan, do you take damage from doing that?
Nope. I just reduce the amount of damage that someone does near me.
All right. And then he's going to turn to you, Skyan, and he is going to. Well, actually, what spells have I got on me? And he's not going to use any of them. He's just going to punch you. Does a 16 hit?
Nope.
Okay. So he tries to punch you, and he misses.
Hey, go off. Hey, get him. Hey, get him.
If I lose this fight, I'm rebalancing this whole campaign.
Razer, I think it's your turn first.
Yeah. So,
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. You thought this boss was done after 2 attacks?
Oh, legendary action, I see.
Yeah. He does, in fact, have a legendary action. And he reaches his hand into the sky, and he says something that sounds... Does anyone here know speak Celestial?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
because
Okay.
why not?
And then in that case, he reaches his hand into the sky, and he says, "Lord, give me strength to smite these flies." In Celestial, which I guess Fia speaks, and he begins to glow bright yellow.
I think as he says that, Fier will respond in Celestials like, "Your lord is a lord of cowardice." Just to piss him off.
Oh, okay.
Taunt reaction.
Pardon?
Taunt reaction.
Yeah, vicious mockery.
That Fia doesn't have.
Yo, no, I
Well, I
think
do, actually.
We know
Oh, really?
who his next
Yeah.
target is going to be. He shoots, just glares daggers at you. This man doesn't talk a lot. He's just big and hulking and kind of serves the bishop. So, Razer.
Yeah, okay, Razer is going, and Razer is, like, pissed now. I mean, she was pissed from the get-go, but she was, like, pissed after getting smacked across the face, after getting, like, bitch slapped across the face by this guy. And so, now she remembers that she has, magic powers, and so she is going to cast Shadow Blade. And her sword is now, with her sword in one hand, in her other hand, a Shadow Blade appears. Oops. That was, and so she is going to first attack with her sword and then attack with the Shadow Blade.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your hits.
First one's a 12. The sword is a 12, and they're both 12s.
Okay, neither of those are going to hit.
Okay.
Again, at this point, he's not even dodging you. Your blows are just kind of deflecting off of him as he's got this golden yellow light around him.
Yeah, and so she'll slash with one hand and then like slash with the other, and it's like there's no form to it, there's no grace to it. She's just enraged and like slashing at this man.
He's not even paying attention to you. Fia just insulted his god. You're not hurting him. Fia, what are you doing? This man is
launching
just
again, of course.
staring you down. Launch. Okay. Even though you're right
So
up on him,
that's-
you're launching?
Yeah, like doing the Dragoon thing of jumping into the air and coming right down. So that is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. Then we will do the damage roll, which is a d12 because of my feature. d12. So that's an initial 6 damage and another 6 on top of that, so that's 12. And then my second attack, because of that is a thing I have.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
No. And it's action surge, because I'm a fighter.
Yeah, you are.
Which means we are... Let's see, I believe I can launch multiple times with action surge. So I'm doing that. So it's like launch, come down, smash, do a slash, another jump.
You really are a Final Fantasy character.
Yeah, that's a 25 to hit.
Good. A 25
Which I
hits.
assume will do it.
Mm-hmm.
And another d12 for damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's 8 plus another d8. So that's 16.
Okay. Is that everything? I know you're a fighter, so I fear more may be coming, but is that everything?
No, I believe... Hang on, what's the... Launch uses the bonus. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that is everything I've got. But, like, as he's, like hitting him, there's gonna be a moment, like, where he's not quite putting on the voice, but he is shouting, "You sent soldiers into a school of children!" Like, smash, smash, slash.
And as you're yelling this, he's, glowing that golden yellow color, and all of that glow, all of that power, drains from him directly into his fist, and he says, "We were liberating them from hell," and he punches you as hard as he can with all of this might that was protecting him. Does a 39 hit?
No. yeah, of course it does.
Okay.
It's a big number.
Go ahead and take 1d100 damage, which in this case is 82 points of damage.
82. Yeah, no, that's an insta-kill.
Yeah. So he was saying, "We were liberating them," and punches you with this golden light so hard that when it impacts, there's just a flash, and Fia is gone. There's not a corpse. There's nothing. You are just not there anymore. He did his one-off move. He channeled the strength and power and light of his god, and he punched you with the might of God. And then he turns.
Yet, it's not enough to actually kill me.
It's not? Oh.
Well, no, I'm dead now, but I'll come back.
That's true. So I was like, "You're still up? Holy shit!" No.
We just got punched into
no.
tomorrow.
Once I pick up toughness, I might have been able to survive it.
And he turns to Razer. And he goes, "Don't you see? Don't you understand? You are the villains. You are the guardians of hell, the defenders of evil. Everything you are fighting for is wrong and weak and perverse, and you are nothing but an annoyance before the might of my lord."
Razer has her sword in one hand and her shadow blade in the other, and she's standing there, knees bent and kind of just panting and staring at him. And she will point both of her swords directly at him and say, and in a quiet, almost a whisper, will just say, "I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who your god is. I don't care what you think is right. I don't care about good or evil. I don't care. You killed my sister, and I will do anything to protect her." And then she is going to launch and swing at this man.
Swing.
Remember, you have advantage on attacks when you launch.
That's good to remember. I did not remember that. A dirty 20. A dirty 20.
That will hit.
For the first.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll hit. Okay.
Yeah.
And damage is... I'm going to roll again with Savage Attacker. Damage for the first is a 9 plus launch damage, which is a 6, so total of 15 for the first attack.
All right. Okay.
And then the second attack with the Shadow Blade will be a 21.
That hits.
And so, that will hit for 9 psychic.
Okay.
Wait. 9 psychic, yes. And then she will action surge and then swing again.
Do it.
And Skyen, you said you can launch again with an action surge, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Then, and so Razer launches herself and strikes with her sword this man across the chest once, and then turns around and then strikes again. And then as she's flying through the air, will strike with her other sword, and she'll land after she launched, lands a little distance away, and then just turns around and launches herself again.
Alright, roll for those hits.
For 2 more swings of her weapon. With advantage. So an 8 on the first swing.
Does not hit.
And then a 16 on the second swing.
Does not hit.
Okay. And so she launches at herself and then goes at it again, and then swings twice. This time, I think for flavor, she'll swing both of them at the same time and just swing both of her swords in an X slash across his chest, and then also sees the blades glance off of him.
And at this point, after this, he kind of leaves his fighting stance and he goes, if you would do anything to save your sister, then why won't you take our deal? We offered to protect you, your team, and everyone you care about.
What deal?
Did they not tell you? You ran off, and they didn't tell you. We made an offer to your ambassador, Mr. Douglas. The 5 pieces of gears that you have, 1 for each of you in this loop, in exchange for your safety and the safety of your loved ones. You would do anything to protect your sister. Why not do this?
Razer is kind of just stands there for a second, and her swords, one of her swords will kind of lower to her side and the other one's still pointed at him. And she's just standing there, and she looks confused. And she said, So what? You'll let me live, and my friends live, and my sister live, and then what? You kill everyone else?
Only those who fight.
Why are you doing this? What do you want?
We want hell. There's no war in hell. What do you think the armies of hell are going to do now that they are united under one leader? They're just going to sit there and make hell a comfortable place to live? No. They're demons. They're monsters. They are going to come for us, and then they are going to come for our God.
United? Under one leader?
Mm-hmm. Hell is at peace for the first time ever since the beginning of hell. That should scare you. These are bad people. We are not sending our best to hell.
I think Razer now has put slowly lowers her sword and is just kind of has both of her swords down by her side, and and she's just kind of standing there, staring at this man, and she's for a second she doesn't move. She's just staring at him, eyes flickering back and forth, looking at his face, trying to read and understand what's happening here. So because hell is at peace, you think that the first thing that they're gonna do is come through a gate that they can't open, that they can't come through and attack. They're not the ones that attacked us. You are.
It's self-defense. We have a right to protect ourselves.
You attacked us
from hell.
first. We have the right to defend ourselves. Why didn't you send somebody? Why didn't you talk to somebody? Was this just another thing that Dreg fucked up and didn't know about?
Dreg is useless.
Well, at least we can agree there.
If we had sent somebody in and said, hey, we want to go through and invade hell, you would have fought us.
Why?
You would have
Why
told us
would we
no.
have? If you said that you were going to leave us alone, I don't understand why you would invade hell. But if you didn't kill anybody here, and everybody and Dreg or somebody else said that this is what you're gonna do, I don't think I would have even known. I don't think I would have even questioned.
This is how our God told us to do it. This is what was ordained.
Your God, the God of light, told you to come through and massacre us. To just kill indiscriminately, to attack our children.
Light always wipes out darkness.
And Razer will raise the sword in her right hand and point it at him one more time. And well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
I guess we will. Take a Christmas save for me.
16. Wait, no. 17.
You are now the second person in the history of the Citadel of the Goddess, or perhaps the first, depending on how you look at history, who has ever heard these words in this way. Once again, it is a phrase, an utterance. It doesn't sound like any language, but at the same time it sounds familiar, and you feel that cold emanating from your very core, and it expands out to the rest of your body, slowly, almost peacefully, as you die from power word kill. So, Dreg, you're just chilling for the rest of the day? You good? Is there anything else you want to do before we go to...
So comfy. And
Going to get a
enjoyed that
massage.
bed.
He's at the spa with like a face mask and little cucumber slices.
I'm doing so good. I'm working on 2 ways to solve this from like 2 different ends. So like today is just a chill day.
Dreg really doing the most here right now. Just you
Honestly,
Oh yeah.
good old Freddy, like, wants so badly with his free time to make your day good. He's brought you food. He's brought you, like, you know, fresh change of comfortable clothes and pajamas because you've been eating and it's nice to just get clean.
At some point I say, Freddy, please, go do your day. It's
You want
so
alone
cool
time?
that you do all
Got
this
the boss.
stuff. It just kind of sickens me that you're like so... This is embarrassing to admit. I've started to see you as a person after listening to you talk for more than 30 seconds, and it's just kind of painful to see. It's your day off. Just go somewhere else, man.
Okay, I thank you, boss. I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you're just having a great day. Today ruled. You had so much fun and nothing bad happened, right?
Amazing. And like for the first time in nearly a week, I'm gonna not die. I can just sleep in my bed. This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, Otto, how about you? Anything else you want to do today?
Nah. I think I did good.
All right. In that case, then, yeah, so, Razer. The thump, the thump, the thump. You're alone in the void with a heartbeat. The thump, the thump. Do you
That's not
want to,
creepy
is
at
there
all.
any one thing you want to do? Do you try to say anything, reach out to anything?
I think for a long time, Razer is just going to sit there and do nothing and just lay there. And I think she's laying there in the sense of like floating in the void. She's just like, her legs are kind of just like, they're not like laying on anything, and so they're kind of just like flopped over, and then her arms are out and just kind of like flopped back. And I think she just floats for a second. And then after some time, I think she'll call out,
Hello? Secretary lady?
Yeah. Hello. Give me a perception check.
um, 19.
Yeah, when she speaks, you smell wine. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. What?
Is that wine?
No. I mean,
Are you drunk?
silence.
Why can I smell that?
Silence.
Can I tell what kind of wine it is?
You don't know wine?
Does it smell familiar?
Oh yeah, it smells familiar.
Does it smell like the same kind of wine that I was drinking earlier? And would I know that?
You just experienced wine for the first time. You've just smelled wine, like intimately for the first. It's really up to you whether or not you can put that together as the player.
I will leave it to the die. Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
Okay.
Give me an insight check.
Is that the best thing to check here, or what? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I will leave it to the dice. That is an 11.
It's not that hard of a check. I mentally decided on a DC of 10 for this one.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you know this smell real well.
Mixie?
No.
Oh my god. It's Mixie. You're Mixie.
Well, you don't know that. I just really like Hellwine.
Alpha Alpha Falcon. Beta 721.
Yeah, that means nothing to me.
No, it's you.
Sorry, I'm going through a tunnel right now.
What the hell, Nixie? You're Death's secretary?
You're not supposed to know that. I'm not. It's supposed. God, I wasn't supposed to get drunk today. So you're not supposed to know that. Death is kind of my boss. I'm like a bit of a warlock.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I know everything that's happening, and I was just trying to expedite things. There's no code. I just was supposed to pretend, and I've never been good at that.
So, the whole code time loop thing, like, do you know what's happening every time?
Yeah, can you not tell anyone, though? I'm gonna get in trouble. My boss isn't, really here right now, but when she's back...
I'll make you a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell anyone, but you have to answer my questions.
Okay. In the morning, though, okay?
Fine.
This is the first night in a long time that I haven't died, and
Fine. Can you do anything
Yeah.
about this heart?
I can look into it. They usually, it usually goes somewhere if it's rejected, but souls aren't really leaving this place right now, so it just kind of...
Yeah, okay. I'll just be here then. I guess.
Yeah, you just have, nothing to do. You know what? I'll talk to you. It's fine. We can pick that one up for next session, because we're running a little bit long. But Mixie's not going to make you just sit there hearing a heartbeat in darkness without chatting with you a little bit now that you know.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
she
fucked
is.
up, man.
Hey, if you didn't call it for Death Secretary, you never would have known. It's fine. Skyen, a little quick thing with you, real quick, before
Yes.
we wrap up. You are in the void. It's the same void that you've been in. You are there. You're in the darkness. You're floating, and you have a ring with you.
Does that, try and dodge it. Ugh.
and you have a ring with you. A ring in a box that you had been trying to bury earlier that day. And you hear a voice go, "Hello? Did it work?
Huh?
Fia, can you hear me?
Yeah.
And I think you would probably not need to roll to recognize this voice. I think you would probably, in fact, never forget the voice of your sister. So we didn't really do a tower climb this week. I'm sorry, everybody. This one is just some things that are happening.
Had to do a little bit of a lore drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some characterization, some things.
I didn't expect for us to have combat this episode, so I was a little underprepared. But I think it went well.
It looks like you didn't expect quite a lot of developments that we stumbled into.
Found the Hellgate, discovered the
about that.
puzzle in the Wizard Tower. Oops, Mixia's death secretary.
The Hellgate was gonna be so funny in like 3 more episodes when it was under your nose the whole time. Then of all the things, you were like, what about chairs and stools in this study? These normal things that exist in a one-person study is extra chairs and stools. Better move all of them for some reason.
And if you want to see the players justify how that was indeed chance, you can tune into Backstage on the D&Dorks Patreon, as previously mentioned in this episode.
Yeah, I've never been so thoroughly outmaneuvered by my players.
It's not even really a maneuver.
No maneuvering was
Uncontainable.
done. Your players just kind of smashed into a wall face first, and the set dressings fell down.
All right, thank you all for watching. If you want to subscribe to our Patreon instead of Death's Patreon, you can do so, and you can catch Backstage, the after show with a name. Yeah. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye.